Here it rolling up on the scene. Dago's got that stare red light on the screen, pouring up truth every damn day. Names, faces, dates, he don't look away. Pin maps, cold files on the wall. String runs tight from the big shot sizzles. You feel that chill when he says that name. Someone's shadow, someone's shame. True Crime Cafe, he's serving the proof. Hot cup of pain, cold steel of the truth. Seeking justice, seeking reality. Voice for the voiceless, he speaks for the strip. True Crime Cafe, every single day. Pulling on the threads till they all give way. Corruption in the veins, he's calling it out. No way, no peace till justice is found. Backroom deals under neon signs. He reads one line, then follows the lies. Crack tape, low sound, he can hear that please. Somebody out there, come remember me. He don't blink when the story gets dark. He just digs deeper, strikes that spark. You hear that rage rotting under his breath. Every question a dare, every pause a threat. True Crime Cafe, he's serving the proof. Hot cup of pain, cold steel of the truth. Yeah, seeking justice, seeking reality. Voice for the voiceless, he speaks for the straight. True Crime Cafe, every single day. Pulling on the threads till they all give way. Corruption in the veins, he's calling it out. No way, no peace till justice is found. No way, no justice, no use in the lies. He tears down the curtain, looks dead in their eyes. Whoa, you feel that verdict rising inside your chest, till the guilty confess, till the broken can rise. True Crime Cafe, he's serving the proof. Hot cup of pain, cold steel of the truth. Seeking justice, seeking reality. Voice for the voiceless, he speaks for the straight. True Crime Cafe, every single day. Pulling on the threads till they all give way. Corruption in essence, he's burning it down. No way, no peace till justice is found.
Little man on the scene trying to sound real tough. Standing on a stool, still ain't tall enough. Reaching for the counter like daddy, pick me up. Wants his lukewarm brew in his favorite sippy cup. Baby pain, stomp those socks. Tiny little sneakers, big boy talk. Puffs that chest, can't lift the lock. Bangs on the door till the hinges pop. Baby pain, just a little guy thinks he running the game. Baby pain, wants a big desk, can't spell his name. In charge of the case. pen. Throws one punch, then he runs back in. Hides behind mom when the world swings back. Wants big boots, still rocking snags. Baby pay, baby pay. Just a little guy thinks he running the game. Baby pay, baby pay. Wants a big desk, can't spell his name. In charge of the case, I don't think so. Give him some toys and shut that door. All he wants is to feel that large, but I'm the one in charge. I'm the one in charge. Stomping up and down, red face, small frame. Tiny little storm trying to make it rain. Wah, 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 that's his war cry. Big boy dreams in a shirt size 5. Baby pay, baby pay. Just a little guy thinks he running the game. Baby pay, baby pay. Wants a big desk, can't spell his name. In charge of the case, I don't think so. Give him some toys and shut that door. All he wants is to feel that large, but I'm the one in charge. I'm the one in charge. Dirty Daddy Green. Yeah, you know what I mean. Smile so clean. Dirty, dirty, dirty. Hands so filthy, unseen. Big man on campus. Shark in a Letterman jacket. Laugh while the whole town drowns. He just skims off the habit. Lives in the shadows, fake sugar on his teeth. Tells tales at the cookout. Nobody buys what he speaks. Dirty Daddy Green. Pocket fat from grief. Plays a Saint on Sunday. Wears the mask all week. Got the suits on the string. All the badges on a leash. Blink, once you miss it, he'll drag you to the brink. Dirty Daddy Green. Proud of what he steals. Smiles in your face. Signs, crooked deals. Every hallway, every street. They're all in his pockets. Kissing his feet. He got MPD in his jacket. ISP on the chain. Every handshake, every favor. Bought and paid in your pain. By the Vita at the banquet. Posing like he runs the place. But the rock drips through when you look him in the face. Oh! Dirty Daddy Green. Pockets fat from grief. Plays the Saint on Sunday. Wears the mask all week. Got the suits on a string. All the badges on a leash. Blink, watch you miss it. He'll drag you to the brink. Dirty Daddy Green. Proud of what he steals. Smiles in your face. Eyes, crooked deals. Every hallway, every street. They're all in his pockets. Kissing his feet. Watch him. Don't even blink. He'll have your world gone faster than you think. He laughs while you think. Says it's all just business. As he pushes you to the brink. Dirty, 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 dirty Daddy. Dirty Daddy. Dirty Daddy. Pockets, 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 pockets. Dirty Daddy. Dirty Daddy. Pockets fat from grief. Plays a Saint on Sunday. Wears the mask all week. Got the suits on a string. All the badges on a leash. Blink, once you miss it, he'll drag you to the brink. Dirty Daddy. Proud of what he steals. Smiles in your face. Signs, crooked deals. Every hallway, every street. They're all in his pockets. Kissing his feet. Dirty Daddy Green. Dirty Daddy Green. Dirty Daddy Green. Yeah. Here comes Smiling me. Foggy. Driving all day, yeah, dog tired, groggy. Fast food cold in the passenger seat. Bag on the floor, all salt, no heat. Walking in circles, late night lobby. Eyes half closed, whole world wobbly. Door dashing, she smashing that route. Telling her story, trying to crawl out. Molly make foggy, so foggy. Whole day smear like a rear view. Soggy. Who changed your mind? Did they scare you? gone. Billy's my friend, here we go again. Same crack joke, same dead end grin. I saw the killer, he was right next to me, but every scene bends, blurs on repeat. He wasn't Molly Mike, he ain't that tired, he ain't that wired, he ain't half fired. You look so groggy, stumbling lane to lane, phone light on, but you're missing the name. Molly Mick foggy, so foggy, so foggy. Whole day smeared like a rear view, soggy. Yeah. Who changed your mind? Did they scare ya? Billy's the boss and you're lost in the gloom. Molly Mick foggy, so foggy, so foggy. I saw the killer, but the picture got choppy. Another weird story, my mind long gone. Saw the girl in the window, then she just gone. So gone like a car in the rain. Wipers on high, still streaks on the paint. Saw the girl in the window, then I did it hard. Said run, but the wheels stay spinning. Molly Mick foggy, so foggy, so foggy. Whole day smeared like a rear view, soggy. Yeah. Who changed your mind? Did they scare ya? Billy's the boss and you're lost in the gloom. Molly Mick foggy, so foggy, so foggy. I saw the killer, but the picture got choppy. Another weird story, my mind long gone. Saw the girl in the window, then I did it.
Here comes the crew. All in blue. Here comes the crew. All in blue. Yeah. All in blue. Tomboy stomping in steel toes. Tandy talk slick, that still flow. Leah lean back, got real glow. SRB slide through, that real slow. Sassy Cassie with the side eye. Jesse Lynn hit him, watch him backslide. Christy Nevada with the wild ride. Lucy Morningstar, set the sky bright. Fizzy Snoop the 75, brain sharp. Cat cake cut deep, leave a faint mark. This is chaos when the play start. Typically unique row, high art. Man got a plan that lock tight. The last 24, running all night. Brandy B laugh, but the aim right. Molly Cat pounce when it's on sight, on sight. Here comes the blue crew, doing that thing, dropping that hammer, making it rain. Name on your lips, better watch what you say. Don't mess with the blue crew, move out the way. Here comes the blue crew, heavy that swing, dropping that hammer, making it sing. City on lock when they step in the frame. Don't mess with the blue crew, put respect on the name. We don't bark, we just walk through. Whole room hush when we talk truth. Every side street, no hoop. Every back row, feel blue. From the first light to the late shift. If you slide slick, that's a grave lift. Crew, tight knit like a chain link. Try, break one, whole chain blink. Tomboy front, that pace set. Candy count wins like a paycheck. Leah, hold calm when the wave crash. SRB dry, never break fast. Sassy Cassie laugh, then it's lights out. Jesse lean quiet, then the light shout. Christy Lucy, all about that fight route. Blue crew stand tall, never wipe out. Never, never. Here comes the blue crew, doing that thing, dropping that hammer, making it rain. Name on your lips, better watch what you say. Don't mess with the blue crew, move out the way. Here comes the blue crew, heavy that swing, dropping that hammer, making it sing. City on lock when they step in the frame. Don't mess with the blue crew, put respect on the name. Roll call, step up the squad. If you ain't down, back off, that's the law, we don't break. We been still, that's true. One voice, one better, blue crew, blue crew. Hey, here comes the blue crew, doing that thing, dropping that hammer, making it rain. Name on your lips, better watch what you say. Don't mess with the blue crew, move out the way. Here comes the blue crew, heavy that swing, dropping that hammer, making it sing. City on lock when they step in the frame. Don't mess with the blue crew, put respect on the name.
Click on the channel, same old script. She reads that page with a plastic twitch. Wild old hair, weird old face. Spilling cheap drama all over the place. Claims that she cares while she plays that role. Eyes fake wet, but her heart so cold. I'm watching that show like this ain't right. Feeding that fear every single night. Nothing good here, it's nasty disgrace. Every last word, a slap in the face. Spreading untruth, telling all lies. Even got to know how to fake a little cry. Nothing good here, it's nasty disgrace. Everything she does, all for the chase. Thinks that she great front and center in the frame. Makes it all about her every darn case. Every darn case. Every darn case. I think she the creep from that horror show. Same cold laugh, same cheap glow. Teleprompter puppet on that glassy stage. Twisting those facts for a click in the wage. Says breaking story, but it's broken trust. Turn real pain into glitter and dust. I change the channel, but it's still that face. Everywhere I look, same nasty disgrace. Nothing good here, it's nasty disgrace. Every last word, a slap in the face. Spreading untruth, telling all lies. Even got to know how to fake a little cry. Nothing good here, it's nasty disgrace. Everything she does, all for the chase. Thinks that she great front and center in the frame. Makes it all about her every darn case. 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 Every darn. Click on the channel, same old script. She reads that page with a plastic twitch. Wild old hair, weird old face. Spilling cheap drama all over the place. Claims that she cares while she plays that role. Eyes fake wet, but her heart so cold. I'm watching that show like this ain't right. Feeding that fear every single night. Nothing good here, it's nasty disgrace. Every last word, a slap in the face. Spreading untruth, telling all lies. Even got to know how to fake a little cry. Nothing good here, it's nasty disgrace. Everything she does, all for the chase. Thinks that she great front and center in the frame. Makes it all about her every darn case. Every darn case. Every darn case. I think she the creep from that horror show. Same cold laugh, same cheap glow. Teleprompter puppet on that glassy stage. Twisting those facts for a click in the wage. Says breaking story, but it's broken trust. Turn real pain into glitter and dust. I change the channel, but it's still that face. Everywhere I look, same nasty disgrace. Nothing good here, this nasty disgrace. Every last word, a slap in the face. Spreading untruth, telling all lies. Even got to know
All right. Welcome back, guys. Sorry, I was having a little bit of a technical issue there, trying to get the camera to work. Great to see you guys back in the house today. Thank you for joining us. And I hope you're all having a great day. Back for part 2 to finish up with what we had going on yesterday. I'm sorry the show was so short. We got to finish up the Showalter interview and then some more stuff we're going to be delving into today. I appreciate you all joining us today for it. Please make sure to hit the like button, share it out. You know how to do that. And if you will, please and thank you. Have an amazing day, folks. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So please make sure you do. Today's Cinco de Mayo, isn't it? So make sure you're safe and enjoy yourselves if you will. But thank you for being here today with us as we finish this up and go through this stuff, guys. Much appreciated, much love. That being said, you guys know what we're doing next. Let's do it and get this show on the road. Here we go. Here we go.
Flicker like broken halos. Whispers gather in the smoke-filled air. Tables carved with secrets and shadows. Every story's a wound laid bare. The kettle's boiling with restless rage. Justice written on an unseen page. I sip the reflections are liars. Ashes fall where the guilty once stood. The jukebox hums like a funeral choir, echoes pounding through the neighborhood. Every scar is a candlelit vow. We hunt the how, we demand the now. No more silence, no more disguise. We'll paint the night with sharpened cry. At the TruCrime Cafe, we serve up the pain they try to hide away. Pour another cup of the truth you crave. Raise your glass to the names they betray. This is not a sermon, it's a battlefield hymn, a requiem dripping from the bottle's rim. The guilty write stories in invisible ink, but we'll drag it all up from the edge of the brave. At the TruCrime Cafe, the reckoning burns like a black bouquet. Every shadow will pay. In the TruCrime Cafe.
Hello, hello, governors. Well, yeah. Welcome back, guys. Thank you for joining us. As always, much appreciated. Grateful to see you guys here today with us as we finish up what we started yesterday and then some. We will be jumping in some other stuff. And we need a break, guys. I might pull off one of my music shows tonight. We'll see what happens. Depending. My son is around, maybe he'll join. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I think I need a break from some of this stuff and a little bit of an outlet, an event, maybe some decompression stuff. We'll see what happens. If you guys would be interested in that, throw a 1 in the chat for me. And if not, make it a 2. Come on in, grab a seat, get comfortable as we go over the second half of the Jack Showalter interview and some other stuff we're going to break down as well and see what we see within those things. We shall see what we see as we see what we see. Excuse me. Sorry. For those of you that aren't familiar with, that are newer to the channel, I do this from time to time. I do not do members only lives, and I'll explain that here shortly. I could, but I don't know that I will, and I'll explain to you guys why. But for those of you that are newer, I do from time to time do decompression streams because of all the stuff we cover, and give you a way to kind of decompress from all the crazy. This case has been insane, and that's why I do those things to be able to just chill, relax, not have to talk about Brian Koberger, Idaho 4, any of that stuff, and just do something a little different. And music fixes everything. So I was a DJ years ago. I played in many bands, things like that. So I know music pretty well. And our age group loves music. So that's why I do these things from time to time, just so we can all decompress a little bit. So we shall see. We'll talk about it more. Come on in, grab a seat, get comfortable if you will. All right, let me see here. See what my wife has planned for me for tonight. Okay. Let's see who we got joining us today. Sweet Pea's in the house. Good to see you. Judy Covington, welcome back. Miss Donna 7 of 9. Good to see you. Marty Podrell, welcome back to you. Juror 13, great to see you. GB, now welcome to you. Candy Kitty, welcome, welcome. And happy birthday to your daughter. Baby Ames, great to see you, Baby Ames. Eddie's in the house. What is going on? One maiden not good to see you, brother. Miss Becca, welcome back. Miss Margaret, great to have you here. Sweet Pea, again, good to see you. UK Jackie, great to see you. Miss Rowe, welcome back. La, welcome to you. Sluther, 75, dancing on in, good to see you. Happy birthday, Eve, to you. Pretty much Finland, great to see you. Michelle F22, welcome, welcome. Kelly Coker, welcome. Been a while, good to see you. Ms. Margaret, great to see you today. Thank you for joining us. WSU Mom Kim in the house. Good to see you, dear. Thank you for joining us. I really need to get in touch with you. We got to figure out a way to get your number to me or vice versa. Miss Debs, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Dale Harrison, great to see you as well. Marty Podgerol, Candy Kitty. Let me see. Jesse Lynn. Moving forward, Jesse Lynn. Happy Cinco de Mayo, everybody. Great to see you today. Mandy Gillian, good to see you. Welcome back. Mr. Paco, good to see you. Lizzie Turtle Balls, welcome back to you. Lisa Winchester, great to see you. Tandy's in the house. Probably at the end of her lunch break. Great to see you, Miss Tandy. Thank you for being here. Okay, let me see here. So, Moonflower, welcome back, dear. Great to see you. Let's see. Ms. Wendy, good to see you. Thank you for joining us today. Mikey's in the house for the last 24. Great to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Love and Other Habits, welcome back. Great to see you today. Let me see. Italian Girl, welcome back to you. Great to see you. Love seeing all these meatballs in here today. Sorry. Yes. Talking about Mr. Payne's shirt size 5. Love that one, don't you? Baby Payne. That's Miss Tandy's favorite one, I think, so far. Latitude, welcome. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Miss Teresa, great to see you. Please make sure you guys are hitting that like button and sharing it out, please, and thank you. Let's see, Miss Rowe. Altruistic Murder, great to see you today. Kiss me where I pee, I won't, but welcome to you. It's great to see you. Thrive Off Grig, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Senior Wazowski, what's up? Good to see you, sir. Miss Becca, good to see you. I think I got everybody. So let's see here. How many ones do I have in y'all? I don't see that many, so maybe not then. Okay. Thank you, Miss Michelle, dropping a membership in the house. It looks like it went to G Bean. Welcome to the sauce, G Bean, and thank you so much, Michelle. God bless. Very generous of you. I appreciate that very much. The Canadian cat lady's in the house. Good. Well, Sluther said 11111. She put ones in for everybody. Hey, hey. Miss Jessie, good to see you. I said I may do one of my music streams tonight. It's been a while, a pretty long time, and I think I'm just burnt out with this stuff. So I think it'd be a good night to decompress possibly and do one of my music streams. So that's why I said if anybody's interested in that, throw a one in the chat for me if you'd be interested in that. That's what I said. Christine Hurt, great to see you. Basically, what Eddie said. That's right. Miss Cat K, good to see you. Okay. Thank you, Cat. Oh, now the ones are coming. Okay. Luther 75 just dropped 10 new memberships. That's amazing. Very, very, very generous and sweet of you. We appreciate that so very much. It looks like Marty Fodgel got a membership. Miss Jack UK Jackie got one. Raven 8440. Mimi Finglu. Love the name. Olivia Q. Where's your warrant? Random Standing. Daniel Kalush. Gina needs to know. I think that's it. Welcome to the sauce. We got 12 new members already. We ain't even started yet. Thank you so much for that, Luther. You're an angel. Appreciate that so much. I have not figured out who Erica was yet. I am so sorry. I don't know that many people have. If somebody has, I'd love to know. Truly. Welcome to the sauce, all you new meatballs. You are so very much appreciated. You are so very welcome, Candy. I hope she has an amazing day and a great year. Until next year, of course. He's doing good, Kim. Yes, and he would be joining me more than likely if he's in the house. I think Bubbly does too, probably, Christine. So for those of you that are or were not here yesterday by some chance, I'm gonna finish up with what I did yesterday with the Showalter interview, reviewing it and break into some other stuff that we do. And if I do the music thing, it'll be a little bit later on, probably 6:37, maybe. We'll see. But we will see. I did get quite a few more ones now, so we'll see what happens there. Miss Jessie gave a bunch of ones. Luther gave a bunch. Looks like a bunch of you guys gave some ones, so we'll see what happens. Welcome to Meatballs. Come on in, guys. Looks like 111 people in the house, 51 likes. Come on down. At some point, I will. Altruistic guess. Fox Rooter, welcome. Good to see you. All right. And I also need to put that in there. Okay. All right, all right, all right. Let's see. We got 116 peeps in the house. 55 likes, guys. Make sure to hit the like button if you will. Please and thank you. Thank you. Kiss me. Oh, is this the girl that was at the grub truck? Okay, so this is Erica. That must be Miss Erica. Bingo. Now we know who Erica is. If we get her last name, that would be helpful. Maybe look into her a little bit more. And she knew Kaylee too. Very interesting. She kind of resembles Xana a little bit, doesn't I? Yep, altruistic said it too. She does look like Xana a bit. It's wild. Thank you, Kiss Me. Appreciated. Yes, Kaylee was a very pretty girl. Well, they were all beautiful people, every one of them. Um, very, very good looking young people for sure. All the girls were beautiful. Ethan was very handsome, very, very amazingly attractive young people for sure. Absolutely altruistic. Absolutely. Yep. Agreed. Agreed, Miss Jessie. I agree. Yeah, Xana was, she had that natural, absolute. They had beautiful smiles, all of them. The tomboy, good to see you. I guess Bubbly put something together. 1 minute here. Somebody just sent me. Erica Anthony, that's her name. That's her name. I get it now. Thank you guys. I did hear that before. Circus Music, welcome. Good to see you. Thank you, Christine. And thank you for that. Number one towards our goal for today. Thank you very much, Circus Music. God bless. A lot of them do, especially the blonde. It's hard to like. They all had the same kind of look. It's wild, but they were very, very attractive young people for sure. Do you think Erica was trying to get Ethan and Xana to fight so Ethan would not stay? It could be. I mean, it could be Moonflower. Could be. That's an interesting theory too. Very interesting thought, dear. Very, very interesting thought. Erica Anthony, Sweet Pea. That's it. Thank you, Sluther. Guys, go check out the merch shop we have here for the cafe. All sorts of fun stuff in there and more coming. So check it out and see if there's anything in there you would be interested in. There's the link right there. Welcome, Miss Kim. Fairy Godmother, welcome. All right, you guys. Let's get this on the road so we can move on to the next piece of business we're going to cover as well. If anybody does choose to join me, the link's pinned to the top of the chat if you want to discuss this stuff after the fact. And again, for those of you that were interested, as long as the boss lady, my wife, doesn't have any huge plans for me tonight, I plan on trying to do a decompression music stream tonight. If anybody's interested, since everybody threw the ones up, we'll see what happens. I'm going to try. It's up to the boss, though, so we'll see. Let's get this kicked up here and finish up with this interview. We did the first part of this yesterday, but I had to run short yesterday because of the show last night. And don't worry, guys, you got me for the full amount of time today. So let's see. I think this is about right where I left off here. Nope, wait a minute. 52. There it was. All right. And we're off.
Any like outsider, anyone being like acting strange, just seemed really normal. You know, I keep saying that, but like it seemed like a totally normal night.
So what do you think is going to happen to that college if we haven't caught this person by the start of the semester, the spring semester?
I have no clue because I might not be going up there.
And here we go back with the redact.
I don't know. I think people just need to be safe. I think it's shitty that this happened, of course, but people are very comfortable in Moscow, and maybe they shouldn't be. Maybe people need to be smarter about locking their doors and shit like that. Way too many people don't. Like those scenarios where you have like 4 or 5 people who live in a house, they don't have keys, they all just like leave it unlocked and go back and forth. Like that shit needs to change for sure. I don't know. I don't know. I'd be surprised if this person was like trying to come back. I feel like that'd be a weird thing, but maybe. I feel like it's not that big of a deal. Not big a deal, but if you aren't really involved in this, like I feel like you can.
There's that statement again. That statement bothers the hell out of me. Very much. Listen to that one more time.
I don't know. I'd be surprised if this person was like trying to come back. I feel like that'd be a weird thing, but maybe. I feel like it's not that big of a deal. Not big a deal, but if you aren't really involved in this, like I feel like you can go to school.
If you aren't really involved, I think you can go to school. It's not that big of a deal. I'm telling you, like I said yesterday, that makes me believe that he like knows who this is. Very possibly. That's all I'm saying. It's a very strange statement to make. And then he says right after it that he doesn't feel threatened. Is it because you know that it's not about you? They handled what they were going to handle and it's over with now? Is that why? It bothers the shit out of me, you guys. I'm just saying. Welcome, Moonlit. Then they redact right after that. So many redactions. It's ridiculous. I will play it again. Hold on.
In a house that, as long as I can remember, are out of house have like upperclassmen have lived at if they're not living at the house.
And this would, I would imagine, would be rumor to you, but
Oh, I went back a little too far. Welcome, Eddie. Thanks for joining me, bud. How are you today?
Good to see you, Dago. Thanks for having me up. It's been a little while. I figured I'd come up here and say hello.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you for joining us.
You know, until you said that the other day, your stream kind of dropped you out for a little while, and I was up there like holding the floor until you came back.
Yeah, right.
When you said that, you know, I mentioned, boy, it's really challenging to speak into a microphone, but there's 300 people listening. It's kind of a, if you're not accustomed to it, it's challenging.
It can be for sure. That is no lie.
And you mentioned that, yeah, that's why I like to have people up here with me. I never realized that before. So
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
up here to give you some emotional support, if nothing else.
Always appreciate it, bud. Always appreciate it. And maybe you'll get something out of this. Like I said, that I'm playing it back. I went back a little too far, but there's a comment he makes where he says, you know, it's not a big deal. And then he tries to correct it. I mean, he's like, I'm not saying it's not a big deal, but unless you're involved, and then you can go to school here. And then after that, he goes forward and makes a statement where he says he doesn't feel threatened. And it's like, wait a minute. It makes me feel like he knows possibly who was involved, and that he knows that they're not coming to him because it didn't involve him.
Yeah, read between the lines. It feels like he's saying
yes, 100%. That's exactly how I took that, and that's exactly why I did reading between the lines. I mean, you have to with these things, I think, sometimes. So, absolutely. It's crazy to me. So, I did go back a little too far, you guys. I'm sorry, but it'll catch back up. Listen to him say that, and then what he says right after it is very interesting. So, and somebody else just bumped in here. I know Bobby B, Baby B. Sorry, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Itty bitty poop, you as well. And on we go. Moving forward.
Have you heard of any of the girls at the having a romantic relationship with a professor?
I did hear something about that. That's weird as hell. I don't think there's any actual news to that. I think that's just total crap. That sounds so weird to me.
Redact away. Bye, Tandy. Don't work too hard.
Do you know did Kaylee do other jobs? I mean, did she ever, besides be a student?
I don't know anything about Kaylee.
Oh, okay.
I've seen her around. Like, I didn't even know. Like, I was hanging out with Maddie for the most part, and Maddie was with Kaylee. I didn't know Kaylee was Kaylee until afterwards. And people were like, yeah. I didn't know Kaylee was, like, the person with us.
I mean, even at the night at the corner club?
At the bar and at the grub drug, like, I didn't really talk. I was talking to Maddie for the most part. And we probably talked, but, like, all the time. Yeah. So, like, I don't know. I was just hanging out with them. I don't hang out with Kaylee that much. I like that. Pretty normal. Maddie's just a really nice person. I've always thought she was a nice person. When I was dating my girlfriend, and she'd come over for like events and stuff, she was always nice to my girlfriend. So I just thought of her as a friend. And when she was like, "You want to go to this other bar?" It sounded fun. It's not like I don't hang out with her that much. Like in that situation, like I don't necessarily go to different bars with her a lot. Like that was a pretty random thing, but it just sounded fun. Because we always do this.
Yeah, because you didn't plan on meeting her there or anything. That's just in the bar drinking, and there you are.
We just like
right.
talking about stuff. And like, you want to go? I forget what. If you wanted something to eat from John's Alley, I don't remember what it was, but they were talking about it, and she's like, "Do you want to go?" I was like, "Sure."
Did since you've gotten back back down here, who mainly do you hang out with down here? Have you seen Clutch?
Every once in a while, he's been kind of really just hanging out at home for the most part. Just playing like Xbox and stuff. I think he's been playing just low, I guess. He's gone out to the bars with me a couple times.
So many redactions. No, John's Alley was another bar. They were going to go there. In fact, I remember hearing, I think they even mentioned it to Jack Showalter or Decor, and he said no. So, not sure why they didn't go for sure, but that's where they were going to go, and they went to the Grub Truck instead. So, this guy's told some lies, though, I'll tell you that much. That's for sure. Sorry about all the redactions, folks. There's a lot of them. Oh, I saw what you said, Moonflower. I'm sorry to hear that, dear. Welcome.
But I mean, also, I heard this morning that your parents had taken you to Africa, and you're on some hideout in Africa.
Right, our hunting lodge.
I was saying, I wish
I knew where it was because I would go.
So, you can see how reliable the internet is.
But like, it's crazy that like, I don't know, that like you'd even like go to there. Like, why would you? It's just crazy that someone would like call and do that. It just seems like a really weird thing to do. It's like, you're bored, gonna call the police as someone's mom.
Well, that is we see it quite often with the anonymous tip lines. Not only do we get the psychics, but you get that kind of stuff also. But I mean, we're obligated to check everything out.
Yeah, I don't know
what the motive is.
But I don't know. He's also pretty quiet. Like, I feel like he's kind of like a tough, hard-shelled dude. Like, he might talk about things, but if stuff is going on, he might not necessarily talk about it.
Okay. Anybody else that you hung out with down here? And I don't mean just hang out, but anybody else? Have you guys? Is there a group of you that have discussed theories or whatever, or what happened up there that night or day? Day and night?
Everyone just always asks me if like I know anything, and I'm like, dude, I'm fucking clueless. This is hella confusing. Like, I don't know. Like, it's annoying because everyone like thinks I know shit. I don't know anything.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. I try. No one really has any theories. It's just like, I don't know. It's like just mind blowing. Like, this happened. Like, I feel like, because I always thought like the student body would be able to figure this out before you guys. No offense, just because like we know our community, and it's just weird that
we would have thought. I mean, quite frankly, we would have figured that you guys would know more than us because you guys live there and party together.
That's why it's like crazy to us as a community. I think that's why so many people are scared. Because I think we would. I thought like within a week we'd be able to like be like this person. Oh no, I feel like everyone's just clueless. And, I don't know, it just seems weird. It seems like someone just popped in and vanished.
Well, one reason I was asking you about if there were any strangers. I mean, you know, one of the problems we're facing is you had an out-of-town game, home game for WSU, and you had a U of I game going on the same day, and there's a ton of strange people in that valley during that time.
Yeah. Go pause it if you would.
Yes, sir.
Isn't that interesting that the detective asks about, do you guys have conversations amongst yourselves about any theories?
Yeah, it's it. Yeah, it's out of place in my
It
opinion.
is. It's like it, in this case, not in general, but I think it feels like in this case, it's like he just wants to know how it feels like the detectives, the state knows what happened, and they just want to get a feel out there as to how
What
widely known it is.
that's kind of my thought too. It has been with most of these. Yes, I agree with you.
Like what?
Even earlier, he said, "What do you think's going to happen to the college if we don't find this guy?" That's a very offhanded question to me. I mean, whether they're just maybe they're trying to open him up a little bit more, I don't know, but these questions are weird.
Right, like how is that going to be helpful to the
Right.
case? What someone theorizes. I mean, a logical answer would be, well, y'all have, and I forget what day this is, but it's like, it started out where you've
December
told
6th.
the community nothing. And then
Right.
first it was a targeted attack, then it's not a targeted attack. And of course, everyone's going to have theories because we're all in the dark here.
Absolutely. Yeah, these are very offhanded questions, especially to be asking this guy who was, if I remember correctly, even up to this point, this December 6th of 22, I think he was still a person of interest at this point. So just saying, it's very strange stuff. It has no bearing on anything. It's not going to help anything. Welcome, Carmick. Good to see you, dear. And
This
Billy,
is
welcome.
Jack Showalter, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right,
He was one of the first ones cleared. If you go to the press releases,
right. Yeah,
I want to, don't quote me on this, but maybe around November 18th.
yeah.
It,
That's when. Who was it that said it? Was it Lanier that claimed all these people that were not persons of interest?
he was cleared before Jack D.
Yeah,
I think he was
yeah.
cleared on the same day as the two roommates.
It may have been then. So I may have had the date wrong. But yeah, okay, yeah. I think you're right.
Anybody in chat, correct me if I'm wrong, if you have time to
No, I think you're correct.
scope it up.
And I think I don't know if this is who the G's were referring to when they said some people were cleared too soon. Maybe it was him and the roommates. I don't know, but it is a little ridiculous. Some of the stuff he says, it's off. I don't know for sure. And there have been others. Somebody asked a question. How many other people were allowed to have witnesses? I know there's a couple people that had attorneys with them, but you don't really see this where somebody brings their parent in with them. I didn't. It's weird. Hi, Creamy Row, welcome. Yeah, that should have been what was asked, Creamy. What was talked about? What were they talking about on the walk to the grub truck? Word for word, should have been talked about. Should have been questioned. All of it. It is crazy.
Yeah, that's a good point. And if that question wasn't asked, that'd be unusual.
It should be, and it should be displayed for us to hear. Like, what was it that that Maddie and Kaylee were talking about when you were walking with them? What were they talking about, Jack? And what did you say? That way, it's cleared up. Nobody knows, but they don't ask that, and if they do, it's completely redacted. So, which it shouldn't be, as nothing should, but we get it all redacted. So, what is the rumor, and where did it? Rumor that his family threatened Steve, and it came from Steve's mouth. He said that one of the Showalters walked up his driveway up to his front door and knocked on his door and basically told him to either keep his mouth shut or there's going to be consequences, whether they're legal or whatever they are. But he said it out of his own mouth. So, yeah, that's the question right there that should be talked about, in my opinion. Should be talked about with Adam and with him. So, anyway, moving on.
I can't recall anyone being weird. I mean, And if someone was, like, people get too drunk and get kicked out, and, like, it's like, oh, see, they did, like, that happens, but, like, other than maybe someone being too drunk, like, I don't think that I can recall any, like, outsider, anyone being, like, acting strange. Just seemed really normal, you know? I keep saying that, but, like, it seemed like a totally normal night.
So what do you think is going to happen to that college if we haven't caught this person by the start of the semester, the spring semester?
I have no clue, because I might not be going up there.
There it is again. I did go back too far, but anyway.
I think people just need to be safe. I think it's shitty that this happened, of course, but people are very comfortable in Moscow, and maybe they shouldn't be. Maybe people need to be smarter about locking their doors and shit like that. Way too many people don't. Like those scenarios where you have like 4 or 5 people who live in a house, they don't have keys, they all just like leave it unlocked and go back and forth. Like that shit needs to change for sure. I don't know. I'd be surprised if this person was like trying to come back. I feel like that'd be a weird thing, but maybe. I feel like it's not that big of a deal. Not big a deal, but if you aren't really involved in this, like I feel like you can go to school.
There it is again. It's just a weird statement to me. I'm sorry.
But
Karmic,
now that I hear
go
it
ahead.
in context, it's almost like hearing it in context with the, you know, what do you think would happen to the
Right.
school if he's not found by the beginning or mid part of next semester?
Yeah.
Which is kind of prophetic because it turns out that, you know, they catch him before that time frame.
Yeah, right.
But so in that context, because Jack S mentions, well, it'd be unusual for, you know, such a nutcase as that to return to the same stomping grounds and do it again. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Yep, exactly.
It's like, do you stop flying airplanes because one crashes?
No, right, exactly.
Yeah, it's like trying to go through life avoiding the raindrops in the rain. You can't, it's just impossible.
And Jesse's right. The officer should follow up by asking what he was suggesting, and that they might have been involved with. That's 100% what my thought was. And I haven't seen that, Karmic. If you have a link to it, you can email it to me, dear. I'd love to see it, though. And it is a very blunt statement, too. And he's talking about how people need to be locking their doors, this and that, and everything else. How do you know all this stuff doesn't happen? I mean, I'm sure you've been around to different places. Maybe they don't, but not everybody's the same. So this is Jack Showalter, Micro. Was his second interview. This is wild. Just crazy stuff being said.
You know, it's like, do parents of female students say, you know, if there's been a sexual assault at a college, like, well, and their daughter is enrolled at that college, I'm pulling my daughter out of that college, and then she's going to enroll in this college because there was an assault at that college. I mean, does that happen in real life? Diego, can you hear me?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was muted. No, I said right. I agree with you on that. It's an interesting point.
Right, because we're going to put her in that college, and nothing like that will happen over on that side of the, you know, the grass is always greener over on that side of the fence.
Right, exactly. Yeah, interesting. I don't know, but I'll say this much. This has turned out to be nothing like what I ever expected it would be in any aspect, with anything like with what you're talking about, any of the other stuff either. It's turned out to be absolutely nothing that I expected it was going to be. It's gone way beyond that to multiple levels above. And yeah, I agree too, Kim. Why does he feel safe? What to make that statement? Why would you say that? I agree. Very interesting. And good points, Eddie. Good points. All right. On we go. More redacted stuff. Give it a minute.
I don't know about other people, but I don't feel in danger up there, me personally, because like I protect myself and stuff, and I lock my doors. But I don't know. It's definitely a wake-up call for a lot of people, I think. So if they lock their doors, they should. I don't know how that happened, it seems. So I assume their doors weren't locked.
I didn't work the crime scene. I either did. So I can't tell you on that.
I would assume they don't lock their doors because it's a come and go house, it seems like. They have a lot of people over, it seems.
Do you know, do they have frequent parties there? Is it a frequent party house?
I mean, all those houses on King Street are party houses. Like, if
Yeah, my son lived
people,
right
people
behind
who,
them, so I know.
people who move to like that street are usually sorority, fraternity, and they party. And also like a lot of the, for different reasons, like with the school and stuff, like if a fraternity can't have parties on King Street, or someone's gonna have a party. So there's a lot of days where someone's not allowed to have a party, so they're gonna, like Thursday through Saturday, if there's not a fraternity thing, there's probably something on King Street. Like people that, like even before they lived there, like the people who lived there before them would have parties. So if you move there, you're probably gonna have parties. And that's like any house on King Street. It's people like.
I thought so too, Jen. I do remember that. I believe I thought.
Party.
You have anything?
I don't think so. Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm not more help.
No, I mean, you can only tell us what you know, man.
Yeah.
Do you know what the most recent trouble was that got you put back on the Nationals radar? That got you either suspension extended or put back on suspension?
I don't know. It's probably. I feel like it was like hate. Oh yeah, I think one of the parents saw a video. This is why we get in trouble now. Everyone videos it. But like we don't even get in trouble for like the bad stuff that happens. Like we get in trouble for like the freshman got hazed, even though there was freshman on freshman. One of the freshmen threw one of the other freshmen's bed out of the bunk room. Like it's the third floor. We have a fire escape. Out of the fire escape is like down to the basketball court. One of the freshmen threw their buddy's bed out. There's a video of it, and the parents like thought it was hazing. So I'm pretty sure we got in trouble for hazing them by portraying. So
What about some trouble at a sorority formal?
yeah, I don't know. I don't think our house is on probation for that. I think we have a couple members who were there because it wasn't our formal. So I don't think our whole house doesn't get in trouble for that.
Okay.
But I think just a couple, like 2 or 3 of members had to deal with the school.
Yeah.
Or
Do you know who that was?
Yeah, it was one of them.
Okay.
Yeah, it was one of them. I think he was just backing up. We're just like, I don't know. He was beefing with that kid, I heard, and it was just backing him up. So that's just like how we are.
Did you hear the story about what happened in there, or just that?
I think like it's literally just like we'll kind of back up, just me saying like drunk kids butting heads, because I think it was just like shit talking something about. I think I was calling this kid like or something, like you look like, and this kid got all mad about it.
Okay.
Because that's like the stuff people will fight over and stuff. Like, he called me over fighting, that formal.
Nobody was kicking holes in walls or
I think
punching
some
walls.
of our freshmen actually were throwing coat hangers or some shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think our freshmen were idiots actually. I think we had a couple freshmen who got in pretty big trouble actually. I forgot about that.
Yeah. I think we're just backing up.
Yeah, thing was just beefing with a kid for talking crap, because that was it was a sorority formal, so they had guys from different houses, and sometimes people butt heads on different.
That was an off-campus event, right?
Yeah, I think it was somewhere by like the Moscow Fairgrounds. I don't know, I don't remember where they went.
Okay.
But yeah, those freshmen are fucking idiots, but the other stuff was just like.
And you were not.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, like,
I know.
the thing was stupid, but like it was just kind of beefing with the like kids talking shit and it's stupid. Those kids were like just drunk, like causing damages. Actually, those kids are idiots.
Yeah. Get them kicked out.
I don't think so.
And I don't know if it's illegal. I don't know what the
damage.
thing is, but is he cleared DNA wise? Was there ever? That's what
If
everybody's
he
like.
wasn't, they wouldn't. I'm going to ask one more thing, but it's just something to say he's fully cooperated, because you've never been fingerprinted in your life, have you? You don't have any in the system.
I don't think so.
So that would be the only thing. He's
If
fully cooperated.
If you want my fingerprints, you can have them.
Okay, I can't do it.
Prints too.
I'll call a lady, but if there had been a hit on his DNA, this conversation would be way, way different.
Redact. Again. Yeah, he doesn't, he kind of talks disrespectful in some ways. Even with his mom sitting there, it's wild. Like, he just doesn't seem to care. So, could be who he is. Who knows? But yeah. Welcome, Tattoo Gal. I would imagine that would make sense, Karmic. Yeah. Oh my God, you guys. Come on. This is such bullshit that they redact so much of this. It's a closed-ass case. Let it go. Now his mom's talking. I don't think she should be able to put anything into this, in my opinion. I'm sorry. No, that's not Payne, Kim. I got to figure out who these two were. That's not Payne, though. Payne's a lot shorter than that. I don't think, and here's the thing. I understand if he's allowed to have a witness during this, guys, but why is she interjecting in what they're asking him and talking to him about? It's almost like she's speaking for him. You're a grown-ass adult, dude. That shouldn't be allowed. I'm sorry. That is bullshit. Yeah, I thought this were ISP detectives, so I'm not 100% sure if this is Talbot. I'll have to look into it to see for sure. And again, if you want to witness there, that's fine, but she should not be allowed to speak into any of the interview. It's his interview, not hers. I don't like that at all. Anyway, moving on. Exactly. Are you kidding me?
I assume it's still redacted and you're playing it and it still hasn't any sound?
Yeah. Yeah, it's still redacted. It sounds all the way up. This is ridiculous. And this people pay money for this. This is all his mother talking. What a joke. So are you giving Jackie his alibi here, or what are you doing there, Mom? Unbelievable. You gotta be kidding me. What the fuck? Well, really? The rest of the interview was redacted? Wait. Wow, what a joke. What a joke.
Be way different.
Hold on. See the last thing he says.
Those kids were like just drunk, like causing damages. Actually, those kids are idiots.
Yeah. Get them kicked out.
I don't think so.
Get them kicked out.
I don't think so.
And I don't know if it's illegal. I don't know what the thing is,
Yeah.
but if he cleared DNA wise, was there ever?
I mean,
That's what
if
everybody's
he
like.
wasn't, they wouldn't. I'm going to ask one more thing, but it's just something to say he's fully cooperated, because you've never been fingerprinted in your life, have you?
Okay, that's it. And from there forward, I think it's all redacted.
Yeah.
What a joke, you guys. And yeah, Connor paid for this. He should get money back on this. It's bullshit. And the Connor Chestnut interview, Logan tried to FOIA that one, and they won't release it to her because it's under the FBI thumbnail. Okay. So what does that say? If Connor was interviewed by the FBI, there's obviously a reason, in my opinion. They won't release it. Surprise. This is such bullshit. I'm so irritated with this. This should not be allowed. Yeah, 28 minutes of total redactions in this interview, guys. How disgusting is that? Out of the entire thing, I believe, is an hour and 11 minutes. So, literally half of that, almost, little less than half, is redacted. What a joke. Unbelievable. So, anyway, there's a couple little things in here that were interesting to me. I don't know, Kim. That's a good question. Very interesting. But you notice that they didn't redact it until the end when his mother started talking. I mean, they were redacting, but not anywhere near as much as they did until the end when his mother started talking. You gonna say something? I sound like you were going to.
I was waiting for you to finish. I was
Go ahead.
trying to recall, and you and Chad can help me try to remember this, but when the detective was asking about like catching whoever did this, did he refer to the perpetrator as singular or plural?
He said singular. If we
I
don't,
thought so too.
Yeah, if we don't catch this guy responsible for this by the beginning of, I think, next semester, what do you think is going to happen to school? So yeah,
because they've been misleading the public this entire time. This is only December 6th, and December 6th, we all still think that the two roommates were on the first floor, as per law enforcement.
Which says they knew then at that point that this was going to be a single perpetrator crime.
Right.
They knew that then. It was all premeditated.
That's why Jack S. is talking about, locking doors. Like, the thing is it's still possible that one of the 6 people, any one of the victims or the 2 surviving roommates, was familiar with whoever it was they were that did this and let them in.
1,000,000%.
And of
without
course,
a doubt.
law enforcement knows this.
Of course.
So
Yeah.
how much more that is purposeful to cover for the two surviving witnesses.
Right.
By law enforcement, so that it appears that the house was broken into when it certainly was not.
No, by no means.
Because they're going to pin it on a fall guy, a singular one-off Ted Bundy type.
Right. Yep. Fully agree with that. Let me see something here.
Dago, I think you're muted again.
I shouldn't be. It might be because I took the video down. Can you hear me yet? You might have to go out and come back in. Can you hear me? You might have to go out. Yeah, okay. Hi, Leah. That's true, too. David Barracoa's mother drove a white Elantra. I remember hearing that, too. This is such a joke. Hold on, you guys. All right. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right. Having that problem again. No worries.
Yeah, you probably pulled that video off your screen, and then sometimes that's what causes it.
Yeah. Exactly is what I thought, too.
But you got what I was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it feels like Jackass is as clueless as we are, and they're just trying to probe to see if, the student body may have caught wind of what really happened, but they didn't, it appears.
Yeah, no. Not at all.
Because the investigator is going to want to know that. Because if someone really knows what's going on, then they got to do damage control in that regard. So ask anyone who has, potential of knowing what happened, and then deal with that, damage control as it surfaces. Otherwise, hey, we're in the clear. We can, we can go forward with Operation Kohlberger. Right.
Ridiculous bullshit. Complete. So the next thing I figured, I haven't got to see this yet either. It's my first time on it. But I saw Christy dropped the Detective Payne's drive around. The first 30 minutes of it are kind of blurry, it says. But this is his when they were doing the test drives and stuff like that for this. I'm curious what your guys' opinion is on this too. Like I said, we had some other things we were going to jump into as well. I don't know if you guys have seen this yet, but this is Payne's drive around reenacting. Their reenactments are such a joke to me. So the audio on this is crazy too. I've heard as well, Karmic. So what a joke. So let's see what we got here. Everything they did as far as reenactment goes was so unprofessional. It's not even funny. Welcome, Turkey Creek. It is, Wendy. I agree. We all know why, though. It almost sounds like he's running the tape on this as it's sitting still. It's crazy. Thank you, Ro. What a mess. Good Lord. Yeah, I can agree with that. I wouldn't doubt it at all. It sounds like it's speeded up, and then it's weird. Like they're doing something with it. I don't even know. That's a good question, Mandy.
Italian girl has a good point.
Yeah, his booster seat might be jiggling around. I agree. I'm surprised he can see over the dashboard. Doesn't even make sense to me.
Can we identify what roads he's on and where he started from?
No, I don't have a clue. I'm sure that they're trying to say that this is, the area. There's the gas station, I think, right there. That the first video showed up into the car going by. But they don't give any details as to what this is. That's the sad part. I agree, Paco. They just show you, here's the drive test. That's all they do. They don't give details as to what time they were where, when they were doing it, where they start, where they stop, any of it. They don't give any details, which I'm sure was done on purpose, as we all know. Nothing more than we need to know, and not even that. Then
the question is how would this be even used by the prosecution as an exhibit during trial?
That's a great question.
Can you imagine how ridiculous you'd look as one of the litigators on the prosecution's team using
absolutely
this?
Along with everything else they were going to use. I mean, they would have looked ridiculous with everything, Eddie.
Yeah,
everything.
Yeah, the timed run with the knife.
That is so beyond dumb to me.
Yeah, that's not how investigations are done. No,
not at all. It was like a bunch of high school kids reenacting a situation is how it exactly came up to me. Michael 007, good to see you.
Yeah, I want to see the video of that. Hopefully someone was holding the GoPro and filming him doing that.
It would be highly inaccurate either way because there's no they're not having anybody defend themselves against the stabbing or anything like none of that's happening. So it would make no sense.
Right.
Nothing like what went on that night.
Yeah.
Right now we know they're on Queen Road right here. I can recognize that. There's the house right there. This is ridiculous.
This is the route around the
Yeah.
500
Yes.
Queen Road apartments that the undercover duo was driving that night.
Right. This is their claim. I'd like to understand what all that noise is. These guys are a joke. Sorry. This is not at all like Eddie said. The way none of this stuff that they've done, these reenactments, are any way like what a real investigation would be about. I'm guessing you're right too, Mike. Good Lord. They have this set up. You can hear the voices in the background. I wonder if that would change anything. Nope.
Dago, I have a guess.
Yes, sir.
Right around the Indian Hills area. To answer my question, I bet.
Oh, probably then, yeah. That would make sense. I would agree with that. They didn't even attempt to focus the oh, there's a white car. That was cute. They didn't even attempt to focus the camera on this the right way or anything. Yeah, the audio needs to be definitely looked into. 'Cause it's set up. You can hear him talking like the voices are all set up. So ridiculous. When does it become unblurred? Let's see here. Oh, now did they slow this? No. Yeah, right. This is like the Temu version of a real recording. I agree. It was. David Barraco is the one that lost his job over the Charlie Kirk thing. Because he made a statement that was pretty ignorant. Surprise. All right, back onto Queen Road again. No. Now we are. Sorry, right here. Yeah, that's the house right there.
Oh, he's doing like the 3 loops thing. Is that what this?
Yeah. This is so bad, Jen. I agree. They could have done well. I just feel like it was done like this on purpose. They could have done real police work on this and done a great investigation, and they absolutely chose not to.
So the purpose of this would be like, as an exhibit, it'd be, see, this is our theory. This is what we think he did.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
That's how it should be presented. Unlike the Asgard Industries that comes out and says, this is what Brian did that night, and so on and so forth, when she has no idea. Then Xana was surprised when she did this, and it irritates me so bad because you weren't there. You have no idea what was said, how anybody felt, what was going on, none of that. And you're still saying stuff like that. It kills me.
Right. What if I got on your panel and I said, here's what Xana was thinking, and then because she thought that, she did this. I mean, you guys would all laugh me off of the panel, and as well I should have been, right?
I would just shut it down. Like, you don't know that. You can't say stuff like that. You have no idea.
It'd be ridiculous in any other context, but because you do it in a pre-recorded video.
Yeah, and because you're going with the narrative that everybody wants you to, except for us, of course, then it's okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
And it seems to go over a lot of people's heads. It doesn't resonate. Like if I was doing it on the panel, I would sound ridiculous and I would be ridiculous. But because you're watching it, for a lot of people, I'm thinking that it just, like, I don't know. It doesn't affect them that way.
No, I agree. And like I said, don't get me wrong, Asgard Industries, she's very good at what she does. She's very good with the graphics. What she's not good at is presenting herself in a way that she should be. Okay? She shouldn't be saying any of what she's saying because it's your thoughts. It's not a factual statement. You don't know what they were doing or thinking, or Xana was surprised to see the back door, sliding door open. How do you know that? Were you in that house that night? And if you were, then we need to talk. But if you weren't, you shouldn't be saying these things. Nobody knows what went down in that house except for, unfortunately, the victims and the murderers. End of story. And neither one of them's telling a story. Okay? So nobody should be saying I think. What she should be saying is what I think, or this is what I believe could have happened. That's how you should present it. Not, this is what happened. This was who it was. Brian Koberger did this, and that, because I'm still alleging that I don't think he was there. So you only because he took this stupid plea deal, and she was doing it before the plea deal had been dropped. So it is what it is. You know, it's ridiculous. Welcome, Harry Potter. Good to see you. And Claire as well. Brian Todd, good to see you, my friend. It's just that kind of stuff irritates the shit out of me.
So
absolutely.
Right there at the top of the hill where he does that U-turn in the middle of the road. Is that where they're going to allege, like they interject the thinking? So here's what Brian Kohlberger was thinking.
Probably.
He got cold feet, and then he was going to leave the area and shut it down for the night. But then he got a sudden jolt of courage, and he turned back around and went towards the 1122 house.
More than likely, that's my guess too. Thank you so much, Wendy. Appreciate that, dear.
Yeah, I love it.
It's insane. Everything about this case, you guys, is so backwards. Everything that has happened, everything they've given us, everything they've stated, everything they've done, it's backwards. Same thing with Enton. I seen somebody mention his name in the chat. We kind of reacted. I reacted to it once. And then we did a little bit last night too with some of the way he says what he says. And they're enforcing and they're shoving Brian Koberger as the killer down your throat again. Still, Brian Koberger did this. He pled guilty to the charges. He absolutely was guilty. He this. Again, you're assuming that. Again, you're assuming that that's what he was thinking. You're assuming that that's what his ploy was. You don't know. I know it looks like Betamax. I got you. I was going to say that earlier, Skilla. It's hilarious. But it's irritating. That's their way of trying to brainwash people and ingrain these narratives in people's minds. They're still doing it, guys. Case closed, and they're still doing this almost 10 months later.
Yeah, and the thing is if it was case closed, they wouldn't still be doing it. So there's a method to their madness. They're doing it for some reason.
You are absolutely correct. Kawanda, good to see you, dear. Kawanda, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, I was throwing tomatoes at my TV during that entire Asgad Industries videos. Why would she add all that extra shit? Yeah, agreed. Thank you. 100%. Because she's enforcing it. I think she was paid to do that. Here's a book just came out, okay? And all this other information is coming out. All right, guys, we need to jump back on the bandwagon and make sure we reinforce that Brian Koberger is the one that did this, so nobody slips up and does it and thinks otherwise. I swear to God, that's what they do. As soon as something's released that could make anybody even remotely think twice about him being guilty, they jump right back on and start driving full force with it. It's crazy. It does. The angles on the camera changed twice, I think, Joanne. Yeah, this is even worse than Timo. I agree. This is so pathetic, and I hope to God Christie didn't pay for this. Is it clear yet? Oh, it's starting to clear up now. This makes no sense. I want them to explain now whose car it was then that they're claiming was Brian's. Whose car was that then? I want you to tell us who that was because it wasn't his. It wasn't his car. Okay, it wasn't his car. It wasn't his DNA on the sheath. His phone was not turned off. All of that stuff has been backpedaled. Now, you tell me what all that means then. Because to me, that means it wasn't him. That's why I see it the way I do. This is so insane. Oh, so now they go back to normal. Okay. I'm sorry, but to me, this is just a waste of time, you guys. It doesn't prove anything. It doesn't show anything, good or bad, to be honest with you. Yeah, they had it sped up before, and now they slowed it back down to normal speed. Why they're doing this, I have no idea. Yeah, I agree with you. Hunter, I truly agree with you. It was not his car, okay? Without doubt in my mind now. They do, Claire. They think we're all stupid. I can't do any more of this. Only thing it did was put a car that they could call SB1 on the camera on the route they said Brian drove. Yeah, that's truly it. It is. It's a full deal waste of time. So I'm good with it. I'm sorry if anybody else wanted to watch it. You guys can go check it out at Christie's channel, Christie's Chaos. Here's her link. It's just a waste of time to me. Complete and total waste. Just as much as the running through the house with the knife thing was the joke. It's a waste of time. It wasn't done right. None of it. So it's just a waste of time. Welcome, Right Turn, Clyde. Good to see you. And it's irritating to me. Beyond irritating. So what was I going to do here?
Oh, Daigle, I have a question. I just realized towards the end of the interview with Jack Showalter, they were talking about his DNA. He gave up his DNA, and therefore he's considered,
Yeah.
he's cooperating. But didn't the detective say that? Help me recall. Did he say that it was tested and you're good, you're clear?
Yeah. That's how I took it. Yes, sir.
That's what I thought I heard. So, and this was on December 10th.
That interview we just watched was December 6th. Yeah.
6th. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, no problem.
So, because they didn't test it against anything.
Right.
Other than what they claim was the DNA on the sheath.
Mm-hmm.
So would there be would there be proof that they tested his DNA against that? Or was the detective just snowballing? I wonder.
I mean, there should be proof, but was there on December 6th? That's my question. There should be proof, but he could have been, like you said, that's a very good probability. He could have just been snowballing him.
Mm-hmm. Which goes to prove that because they're not interested in all the other DNA that was left in that house, and they're not going to test any of that, goes to prove
right
that they know Showalter's DNA is not useful to them, but they need to have, make it look like a good effort, so they collect people's DNA, like they're going to look into it and solve the case. But they already know it's not him.
Yes, sir. I agree. I definitely agree. And it should have been.
Which brings me right back to what I said the other day, is like, I wouldn't have gave up my DNA. Like, that's not how this is done. I mean, am I a suspect?
Yeah, right.
If that's where your investigation is led and I'm a suspect, fine. But I'm not just giving it up like that. That's not how this goes. That's kind of backwards.
I fully agree with you.
Yeah,
fully agree with you.
I'm just 1 out of 8 billion. You get the other 8 billion people, and then come and talk to me. I'll be the last of the 8 billion to give it up. Maybe I'll think about it then.
Right.
Let's start in North Korea, get all theirs for.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Very good point. I'm gonna try to pull something up here. Let me see something. See if this works. Guess not. Okay. Huh.
Yeah, I'm with you, Claire. Before hearing this, I would have given up my DNA knowing I was innocent, but not now.
Yeah, right. That makes sense. 1 minute. One second, you guys. I'm trying to pull another interview real quick here that I wanted to review with you guys as well. Here it is. All right. So the other interview I wanted to review with you guys, the girl that was there at the house with Dylan, Bethany, watching Vampire Diaries, Lakeland McComas, I think it is pronounced. I haven't had the chance to review that with you guys. I know a couple people probably have. I'm sure you guys are getting tired of seeing the same old things. We all do things differently, though, and so that's why I'm going to do this one too with you. AVILVNLV. I'm pretty well known everywhere in the community. Last time Dago shut me out for speaking. It wasn't me. It was probably one of my moderators. But if you said something that was upsetting, I'm sure that there was a reason. They wouldn't do it for no reason. So I'll say that. Welcome, Shasta Cow. Good to see you. And as long as we're being appropriate, then there should be no issues in here. I don't question what my moderators do. They know what they're doing. So anyway, moving forward, and we should have no issues with any of that. No, I have not yet. That was going to be what I was going to cover at the end of this, Clyde. So I want to run this interview, which is not too long, and then we'll cut to this one. I haven't seen. Again, this is the girl that was there with Dylan that could have stayed the night, was offered to stay the night, and then decided not to. And this is there's a lot of ums to this, from my understanding. So my apologies. Just bear with it, and then we can break it down as we need to with different things she says. I guess I think it's kind of important to hear what she thought or thinks or whatever you want to call it. So, and again, this came from Christy's Chaos. Thank you to Christy for what she does. We can make sure we put her link in here. Very much appreciated. So, off we go.
Like, really confirm. I think that was on.
Okay, just so everybody knows, second interview, December 4th of 2022. I think the first one was audio.
I have November 19th, I think, that we talked.
I think that
Sounds about right.
Her first interview was the 19th of November. I was just waiting to hear him say it to get the exact date. So there you go.
So basically, went over what we discussed earlier. There's a couple things I just want to really confirm. When you were, pull it back up. We were trying to go off timestamps on pictures when you left the.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to try to get down as close as we can to when you got there and when you left there.
Okay.
So we can start with that.
Okay.
We were going off like pictures and video timestamps.
Mm-hmm.
Can you go to the picture, the first one you have there?
Yeah.
Or I guess the last one you had anywhere else.
Yeah. Yeah. So the last video that I had, it was at house, the one that's on TikTok. The time of the last thing I have from there is 11:54 p.m.
Okay. What I'd like to do, I know you send them all to me and I could pull the metadata,
Okay.
but I just want to look at the timestamp and write them down like verbatim if that's cool.
Yeah.
Because can you go to the last one you have before you went to?
Yeah.
Whatever that would have been.
Before I went there, this was the last thing.
Okay, and what's happening here?
Here.
Okay. Does she work in the shop?
No, that's at a front house.
I was gonna say it almost looks like with the gloves and stuff.
Yeah, no, she
Okay.
She tends to do that.
I see 1 second here. So the last at least picture with whatever you have is 6:41 p.m. before you would go to. Okay, and who did you go there initially by yourself, or did you go with anybody there?
I went with a couple people.
Okay. Did you ride there together or walk, or how'd that?
Yeah,
transpire?
we had a ride there.
Okay, who went with you in the ride there?
It was
In the ride on the way
in the
there?
car, yeah.
Okay.
And then John was the one that drove us.
You know, is that last name?
It's my
Okay. I guess I got ahead of myself. How are you doing?
all right.
Yeah.
I mean, as good as I could.
Sure.
Yeah.
Are you going back to school?
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing the remote thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Are a lot of the people from your classes and stuff doing the same thing?
I think so. Yeah. There's like a good chunk of people in like all my classes are.
Yeah.
They're doing like the Zoom option
Sure.
and stuff. So.
You stay in pretty close touch with like, you're in a sorority, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're in. That's right.
Yeah.
You stay in touch with all those people pretty frequently. Does everyone kind of feel in the same way? Like,
yeah,
stay home and do the remote thing?
Yeah, there's like some girls from our sorority that are there, and like chose to go back because just like they find like normalcy, like being in school and stuff. But yeah, I'd say like it's like half and half between like the girls that stayed home and the ones that went back to Moscow.
Okay. All right. So what was clear? There's a drove, and then did you pull that back up?
Oh yeah.
Right here, and this is the first one you took. A party?
Yes, I believe.
It's at 6:44.
Or wait, I didn't see that one. No, this is still at the frat house.
Okay.
This and then this was the first one.
That was the first one there.
Okay, so sorry. I have that.
That's all right. So that's about 10:35. When you got the, I know we discussed kind of who was there for that, but do you remember who was there right when you got there?
I first got there. I know Ken was. There really wasn't many people there when we got there.
Okay.
Because it wasn't really like gonna be like a big party thing. It was more of like a
close house thing.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I think we were some of the first people that got there.
Okay. And you were there until close to midnight-ish?
Yeah.
Probably?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Turn it off on us. Okay, cool. So that one, I'm just gonna write down the timestamps.
Okay,
I know I could pull the metadata off the pictures.
No.
I will later. It's just easy to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she sounds like Bethany too.
Okay, let's recap real quick, just on this timeline. So she gets to this 1122 house around what, 11-ish? Are we timeline wise?
Yeah.
And then they just mentioned that she leaves around midnight or so. Did I hear that right? And then,
I do agree. I do believe so. Yeah. Sorry about that.
And then whoever is already there, those names are redacted, so we don't get to know who's there at that time.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we're not supposed to know any of the important stuff, right?
But Lakeland's saying that she was one of the first people to get there.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
That's how I took it. Yes, sir. Real quick. Agree to disagree. I don't know what you mean, but okay. No worries.
Is this
Yes.
getting iced?
Yes.
What was that?
Yeah.
That's
That's
okay.
her house. I think it's just the same.
We've all been there.
We've seen more embarrassing stuff in the last 3 weeks than
I'm
what
sure.
we've seen on your stuff and phone. So don't worry about it.
Same here,
I
Claire.
don't know who that is, but other people seem to know him. I just.
Looks like a good dancer, huh?
I guess, yeah. I just met him that night, but I don't remember what his name was.
My knees would have given out if I tried to do that.
Yeah.
So that's at Kim's house.
Yes. And that is at like Xana's house.
So this is okay. What is this specifically of their room?
This is the bathroom on the second floor.
Okay, that's because right when you got there, you went to the bathroom.
I went
right?
to the bathroom.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what was the context of that? Like, there's just those on the floor.
I think it was Ethan's clothes, and I just like was confused as to why it was just on the floor. But
okay, so you got right there. You went right to the bathroom, right? So that's probably pretty close to when you got there. Then about.
Yeah.
Why does this girl take pictures of everything? This is weird.
I think that's common.
I was gonna say maybe that's the new thing, but Jesus. So you're taking pictures of Ethan's clothes. So we know that he changed his clothes at that point and had went back to the Sigma party that we know of, at least. Trying to get the timeline. He did in the book. They wrote in the timeline that he either messaged or called Xana and said that he was going to her house to change his clothes after the Hunka Dunka thing, and then he got dressed in something else, obviously, and went back. So that's just odd. Taking pictures of somebody's clothes on the bathroom floor. Very weird. Just saying.
Well, but it's a guy's clothes. So there might be some context to that.
Yeah, I guess that does make some sense.
Who knows? Who knows what they're thinking?
I don't know. This generation.
She's going to pull a prank and forward the picture. Who knows? It could be a million things.
Very plausible. Absolutely.
Right. Okay. Okay. Cool. I thought so. And there's some stuff that I've already obviously asked you about, and making sure everything's dialed in because. You stay in touch with Dylan and Beth?
Yeah, I was actually just with them this weekend because we went to the memorial on Friday together, and then Xana's celebration of life on Saturday.
Where was that at?
They're both in.
Thought so. How are they doing?
They're doing okay, I think. I mean, just as much as they can right now.
Yeah.
They seem to be doing a little bit better than like a couple weeks ago.
What have you heard, like, kind of like, just since first time, I guess, that I think you talked to the first time.
Yeah.
Have you heard anything different, or what's the hubbub? What's the going around opinions and stuff?
I mean, everyone's just kind of like has their own theories kind of thing. I mean, I don't know, a lot of, or like some of my close friends like think it's the food truck guy, and like that's kind of just like all my friends.
The one in the Twitch video.
Yeah.
Diego, what did she just say there?
Some of her close friends think it's the food truck guy. Now, I'm guessing they're talking about Showalter.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That would be the only thing that would make sense. You know what I mean?
The investigators are asking that same question they asked Jack Showalter.
Right. Yeah,
What's
there
your
would be
theory?
nobody else with food truck that would. That's what they called him, hoodie guy or food truck guy. You know what I mean? That's the only thing that made sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they just want to know what people think.
Yeah. Right. They're trying to get a feel. I agree with you that it sounds like they're trying to get a feel for what the public is going with. That way they can be sure which direction to narrate, you know?
Right. They're not asking it because they're trying to solve it. They already have it solved. They know.
Yeah, this is all it's insane.
Drill. They're just going through the motions.
What it sounds like. Truly and honestly, based on what we know.
We talked about like there's 3, you said possibly even like 4, if you want to look at it like that, 4 different investigations going on. This is like one of those sideline investigations.
100%, yeah. That's how I see it, yes. You know, there's the actual crime, the cover-up, and the
Brian Kohlberger investigation. He had bushy
yeah,
eyebrows and drove a white car. Blah blah blah.
that, and then the cover up of the cover up. Yes,
Right.
absolutely. Very wild. Very wild.
Yeah, this is part of the investigation you're going to hand over to Ann Taylor.
Yeah, right. Didn't Dylan mention watching Vampire? Yeah, this is the girl that was there with her that nobody could figure out for a while. We always end up figuring it out eventually, but yes, it's just weird. And she was, she has spent the night at this house many, 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 many times, and it was offered to her, from my understanding, that night as well. And she said no, she wanted to go home. There was a weird vibe in the house that night. Everybody made the same damn feeling, or gave the same damn reason for not being there, with all this distancing bullshit. It's bullshit. I'm telling you, it's bullshit. People knew something was going to happen. Okay? Truly and honestly, that's my full opinion on that. That they knew for like a week, I'm going to guess, or at least a few days, some shit is going to go down around this house, and these people stay away. That's what I think happened, and that's how I think this was put out to the people. Just saying.
Yeah, like they don't really like talking about any of this, so like I haven't like heard anything from them about it. Like we try not to talk about it just because it's kind of hard.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely.
There's just so many like things flying around, so like.
Yeah. Well, everybody's got an opinion, so.
Yeah.
So was she tired and went to sleep, or did she like pass out?
No, she was like kind of like dozing off, getting ready to go to bed, and then they like told me I could stay the night, and I thought about it, but then I was like, I kind of just want to go home and go to bed. So like that's when I was home. That's in my room. So then I just walked home.
So we're to believe then if she would have been there and spent the night, she'd have been murdered too. This is what I mean. Okay, here's the deal, you guys. Remember something, okay? She was offered to spend the night, as I said earlier, so she could have been there. Ashlyn Couch was supposed to be there that night as well. What was her name? Jenna McClure was very likely going to be there too. This is 3 other people that should have been there that night to spend the night with them, which has happened on a regular basis. Would they have been murdered as well? As collateral damage, per se? By one person, you guys? All of these 4, 5, 6, 7 people murdered in one house by one perpetrator. Does this make any sense to anybody? Because it doesn't, even remotely, to me.
She lives nearby. She said she ended up walking home.
Yeah, she just finished saying it. Yeah, she just walked home.
Because if she spent the night there, it'd have to have been like on the floor, on the couch,
or in. Sometimes girls, you share a bed, but you know.
Well, or so we're told.
Just then, I mean, I don't know. More than likely, probably the couch. Part of the couch or something like that. Or the spare bedroom. There was a spare bedroom, Eddie, downstairs in the ground floor. So,
was it furnished? Or was it just
there was a bed in there. Yeah, there was a bed. As far as I know, a bed and I think a chair. There was a desk with a computer and stuff like that, but that's it. I don't know. But she was supposed to be there. Ashlyn Couch was supposed to be there. Jenna McClure would have been there. Somebody else too, I thought. So there'd have been multiple people in this house. There was already so many. But yeah. This is just so odd to me. But on we go.
After that, and I think she was getting up and getting ready to like go to bed.
So when you got there, it was
just me and Dylan.
Just you and Dylan.
Yeah. And then while I was in the bathroom, she went upstairs to go get Murphy, the dog, to let him out. And then we were in the kitchen making popcorn, and then we were on the couch, started watching Vampire Diaries, and that's about like when I got home, probably like 10-15 minutes after
After you guys
we
got
got there. Yeah, because we were on the couch already watching the Vampire Diaries.
there. Okay. So
Mhm.
you
Pause
guys,
it.
you guys have made popcorn and were.
Yes, sir.
So the name that was redacted, I think, is DM. Is that what you think?
Yeah. From this, absolutely. Dylan, right.
Yeah. Okay, so it would have been DM that invited her to spend the night.
Yes, 100%. That's how the report read too.
Okay.
I think that's kind of a big deal as well, you guys. Knowing that there could have been 3, possibly 4 other women there that night, or girls, however you want to look at them, that would have been spending the night, I think is a big deal to me. You have to play that into the whole situation. I think it was known who was there and who wasn't there, and who was supposed to be there and who wasn't supposed to be there. Hence the reason why these people stayed away that night. Truly and honestly, because at the same time, on a normal basis, a normal Saturday night at this house, Hunter would have been there, Emily would have been there, Josie would have been there, Pete probably would have been there, multiple other people would have been there. None of them were there that night, and everybody just supposed to go home and go to bed early. There was a weird vibe that night. The house had a weird feeling about it. Are you serious? I don't believe any of that shit. They knew something was going to go down there that night. All of these people, and they left and stayed away and distanced themselves, and boom, look what happened. Thank you, SRB. It doesn't make any sense. It's ridiculous. And the most ridiculous part is that they think we're going to expect, or like we're going to believe in that. Very strange shit. Yeah, and why do they redact them too, Senor and Eddie? Why are they redacting the names they know we know?
Exactly.
It's so dumb. It's the dumbest shit I've ever seen. I'm telling you.
Well, it
And
makes it
that's
hard to maintain your rhythm. It's like an effort to listen to it attentively.
agreed, because you already know what you're going to hear in the mess of bullshit that it is. And yes, Mary, thank you. I was getting ready to bring that up next. I thought she was too drunk to walk, so DM got them a ride from a Sobro, and she struggled to get her in the car and all that fun stuff and got her home because she was so drunk, but she was sober enough to walk home that night. That's why she was supposed to spend the night there. I think she was told to leave. That's truly what I think happened. I think it was told to her, you probably don't want to be here tonight. There's some shit that's gonna go down. You don't want to be here for it. Or they were told what was gonna happen and they all decided, I don't want to be here for this. Honestly, these are my thoughts, guys, on this at this point. It's so ridiculous. How even a week later isn't this girl having to relive it? Right. Why bingo. There we go. Next comment. Why is she not a distraught disaster right now? Explain this. Knowing that she was supposed to spend the night there and it could have been her. Does she sound even remotely upset, Eddie? Even slightly?
Yeah, that would be like in the natural course of the conversation. Like I made a great decision, officer. I was invited to spend the night. I considered it, but decided against it. And wow, what a life-saving decision that turned out to be for me.
As a grown man, a retired firefighter that has walked into burning homes and seen dead people many, many, many times, I would have probably started crying, knowing that I would have been there that night and could have been murdered in my sleep. And this girl just is like, yeah, no, well, I went home and I found it, like, no big damn deal. This blows my mind. It's just stupid. I don't get it. Listen to the tone of her voice. There's no reactionary emotion whatsoever. Nothing. At one point when they bring this up, or even when she's talking about the fact that she's, was going to spend the night there, she doesn't have any kind of a change of emotion whatsoever. I don't understand it. It's ridiculous to me. Right. They all have. They have all been I think I've heard one person get slightly emotional. No, that's scary to me. Sorry, Itty. Anyway, on we go. Moving forward, Miss Jessie.
Yeah.
Hang out. Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe Brady said this at the beginning, but how old are you?
I'm 20.
Okay. We don't care about underage drinking. We don't care about drugs. Like, we don't care.
Okay.
None of that matters. You're not going to get in trouble for like, oh yeah, you know, I used this drug or I was drinking that night or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We don't care.
Okay.
All right. So, like, I know you guys made some popcorn. Were you guys drinking beers, or I know you'd been drinking earlier in the night, right?
No. After I got back to the house, I stopped drinking.
After you left 427.
Yes.
Okay. Was still drinking alcohol or using drugs or anything?
No,
like
not when we got back to her house.
How as far as Dylan and you go, like how drunk or intoxicated you guys say? Like 10 being like completely passed out on the floor, like no idea, you know.
I'd say we were both probably about maybe like a 6 or 7.
Okay.
So that's all the drunker Dylan was. But according to her interview, she was so drunk she wasn't sure if what she was saying was real or not. Okay. Once again, more lies. Oh my God.
So definitely feeling good.
Yeah, I think I might have been a little bit more drunk than she was, because I was kind of drinking a little bit throughout the day.
Yeah.
It was a game day. But yeah, I think I might have been a little bit more drunk than she was.
Okay. But I just wanted to like
Yeah.
gauge, like, no, we weren't drinking at all, or we haven't
Oh,
been
no.
drinking at all, or we were drinking, or but just a little bit, or we were completely shit housed. Like,
No, yeah, like I remember everything, so like I didn't like black out or like anything like that.
okay. And then now there was beer cans everywhere, or like there was just a bunch of beer cans, beer pong tables. Like, were you guys did anybody play beer pong, or is that like?
We were Friday because we had our sorority formal, and there was a
party there the night before, right?
Yeah, and like sometimes they don't really like clean up necessarily the day after. They usually wait till like the weekend's over.
So a lot of those beer cans and the beer pong table set up and all that stuff was like left over kind of from Friday night.
I would assume so. I mean, I wasn't there during the day Saturday, so I don't know if like people were over then. Because typically, like, because there was like this like frat party, and like typically like people like pregame it. So I don't know if like people were over earlier, like pregaming this party, and then people went over, or because I didn't go to that.
No, I'm assuming you've been over to the house quite a few different times. So like that table that was set up with all the beer pong cups, like is that like the beer pong table? Like, is it always there, or does it like get moved somewhere else? It usually gets moved. So like on that Friday, when we had our formal, it was in the kitchen. Okay.
And then Saturday when I got there, it was in the living room.
Okay.
So I think it frequently gets kind of moved. And it also used to be kept outside, like when it was nicer out.
So it's just a straight up beer pong.
It's not used for really anything else.
It's not a dinner table. It's literally just a drinking beer pong.
It is,
table.
Yeah.
On Friday when you were over there, what time was the what'd you call it?
The formal. So we had to be at our sorority by 7 o'clock. So we all left between like 6:30 to 6:45.
Okay. And do you know if like the party continued on Friday night from there, or? I'm
not completely sure, because I know like Xana and Ethan, they didn't go to the sorority formal, so I don't know if other people went over after we left.
Okay.
But
so possible, but
it's possible, yeah.
Okay.
But I didn't go back there after I left to go to the formal at 7.
Gotcha. Okay. Sorry, I got a little excited.
No, it's okay, man. And so the whole time you were there on Saturday, or let me back up. Saturday night, you weren't there until late, actually early Sunday morning, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you were there for, let's see here, about 12:40 ish is when you get there, right? Or because you went right to the bathroom, and then you're there until almost 2:00. I want to say right around there. Okay. What made you go home?
I'm not exactly sure. I think it's because like I just wanted like food, because I went home and I like right away made that bagel, and also like usually when I stayed at their house before a couple times, like just when I didn't want to go home, I usually slept like in the bedroom downstairs, like the empty one.
Yeah.
And it's not very comfortable, so I think
There
I
it is.
was like, I'm just gonna go home.
Just ready to be done.
Yeah.
Was that Snapchat was that of the bagel?
Yes, that was.
Did you drop? I'm guessing you dropped it or something.
Yeah, I dropped it on the floor and I had cream cheese everywhere.
So I think you said it took about, how long does it take to get home from?
It's about 15 minutes.
Okay. And then I know I'm asking to go back to then and like think about when you made a bagel, but so you get home, do you immediately make the bagel? Is that like the first?
Yeah, because I had the bagels and cream cheese in my room.
Okay.
So I walked straight up to my room, and then because I live in the sorority, I was on the 3rd floor, and I grabbed a bagel, and then there's a toaster like in our lounge, so I didn't have to like go down to the kitchen or anything.
Okay.
So
that I think was a 219. I want to say, could you look it up real quick?
Yeah. And I had already like taken
so within like 5 minutes
of getting home is when you did that.
Yeah.
Okay. And before, and you were on the main level the whole time you were there, right?
Besides going.
Yeah, aside from when you went up the stairs and then left. And the whole time you were there, like nobody else was home that you knew of, right?
Not that I knew of, no.
And you left before any of the other 4 got home, right? Okay.
And I didn't like pass them like when I was going down the road or anything.
Okay. Yeah, we're just, like I said before, the closer we can get to like minutes of how this kind of played out, is what we're kind of going for here. When you were at and then came there, what did you have with you? Like, did you have a purse or a backpack or like
a backpack.
Anything? Okay. And did you take that with you when you left? Yeah. Okay.
Is there anything, because at some point, obviously, we're gonna have to go through the house and figure out what belongs to who. Is there anything in the house that like belongs to you that you've left there in the past or anything like that?
Yeah, the only thing I left a green water bottle in Xana's car, the blue one, and then there should be like one of my sorority sweatshirts like in Xana's closet or something that I let her borrow over like a month.
But nothing like
just like
I've got 2 TVs and an Xbox.
No, it's just like clothes and just like little things.
And you probably don't know this, but is there anything like, is there other stuff that is in the house that you know of that doesn't belong to anybody that lives there? Like,
not that I can think of now.
Okay. I noticed, and obviously going there, there's a lot of different types of like alcohol. Hard alcohol, there's a lot of like White Claw stuff, but there's also different beers and stuff like that. Like, do you know who drinks what? Like what they're like, oh, this person, they drink this all the time. This person, they drink this all the time.
Like, mainly just like my close friends is really, like, I know like I drink White, like like Xana used to drink White Claw sometimes. Like she'd switch between different things. Ethan, I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, that's all I can think of.
That's fine. Some people are like, oh, that guy's Coors Original. He doesn't drink anything but the Buckskins. You know what I mean? Like,
most of our friends kind of drink whatever they can get. So.
Okay. And then on top of that, like kind of going back into, like, we're on the outside looking in, right? And we're trying to dissect people's relationships and understand, like, like, you know, to get this whole picture. And as you can imagine, this is probably like just insane with the amount of people and connections and relationships and communication. And we understand also in college, like, there's a lot of sex, there's a lot of alcohol, there's a lot of drugs, like, and those things can kind of muddy the water. Especially when we're trying to understand from the outside in, like, how is this machine, if you make it, how is it moving? How are the cogs working, right? Because when you start talking about the difficult things like sex and underage drinking and drug use and stuff like that, people they kind of ink up, you know. But like, you know, we have to, you know, we can't let that get in the way of like, understanding how that works. So I bring that up because, like I said, like, we don't care about alcohol, we don't care about drugs, like, we don't care. We need to know about it. You know what I mean? So my understanding, there is quite a bit of drug use and potentially some maybe in that house. Do you know anything about that?
No, I know that.
Nobody's gonna get in trouble.
No,
Nobody's gonna get in trouble. Like, that is not what this is about.
The only thing I could think of is that, like, Xana and Ethan, like, they sometimes, like, would smoke weed. I don't know if either of them, like, had, like, I don't know, like a dab pen or, like, anything like that. But I know, like, occasionally they would. Because, like, last year they would sometimes. But I can't think of any of the other ones that.
Well, like at parties and stuff, it wasn't like the, hey, pass the 4-foot bomb around the room.
No.
Everybody's getting rips.
No.
Not that type of.
No.
Okay. As far as, so we talked about alcohol, we talked about drugs. As far as relationship stuff goes, obviously, Xana and Ethan were dating. Do you know any, I mean, were they completely exclusive to each other? Did you ever hear if there was any, like, oh, maybe she cheated on him, or he cheated on her, or, like, you know, was there any different kind of love interest and different people, like, does that make sense?
I think that they were pretty exclusive to each other. Like, once they, like, actually, like, made it official last spring that they were, like, boyfriend and girlfriend. Because over the course of, like, last year, like, last school year, like, Xana and another guy named like, they kind of had, like, a little thing going on.
Matt? Xana and Matt, that's a new one. Okay. Just write that down.
Like, they took each other to, like, their, like, sorority and fraternity, like, formals.
And that was Xana.
Yeah.
That was prior to her and Ethan officially dating.
Oh, yeah. But that's the only, because Xana never really had, like, a boyfriend or anything before. And I know, like, her and Mason kind of liked each other, and their whole thing was kind of off and on. And then her and Ethan started, like, hanging out more last year, and then they started dating this last spring. But I haven't, like, heard anything of them, like, cheating on each other, like.
Okay, so nothing. Were they like on and off a ton? Like, oh, I broke up this week, back together this week, next week, like.
I never heard anything of them, like, getting in, like, a big fight and, like, taking a break from each other or anything. Like, they had their, like, little small things, but, like, they never, like, broke up with each other. It wasn't, like, an on and off kind of thing.
And then as far as a boyfriend, right, which is, yes, thank you. What about, like, what is that? Are they doing a long distance thing?
Yeah, they're doing long distance. They've been dating for about 2 years. They did long distance all last year, and then also, like, the beginning of this year. But, as far as I know, they're, like, really good. Like, she hasn't told me about, like, any major fights or anything that's happened. Like, she'll tell me when she gets, like, annoyed with him, like, over, like, message or something. But as far as I know, like, they've been good and, like, nothing's happened there.
And as far as, like, other boys or other girls? Like, has she ever mentioned, this one time he cheated on me or whatever, I think he did, or like the other way around? Do you know if she's ever cheated on him, and does he know about it or does he not know about it?
Yeah.
Like, do you know any of that stuff?
I've never heard her say anything about like him cheating or her being like suspicious of anything.
Yeah.
But she did tell me like at some point last year, one of our sorority sisters like texted and told him that Dylan cheated on him at like a party or something.
Okay.
Which is weird because Dylan wasn't friends with that sorority girl. So, but that's the only thing that I ever heard of was that a girl in my sorority texted and said that like Dylan cheated on him.
Okay. But that was completely untrue, or
yeah,
you don't know,
or? I mean, I'm pretty sure it's untrue. I mean, obviously, like Dylan told me like it wasn't true and like it was made up, and like knowing the girl that said it, like it
wouldn't surprise you.
It wouldn't surprise me. Yeah.
Okay.
Dago.
Not have a boyfriend. Correct. Okay. You know, I mean, what's her?
Did you pause, Dago?
It is paused.
Okay. Good place to pause because I have a question. The long distance relationship that they're discussing, because it's redacted, it's hard for us to figure it out. But what is everyone thinking? Who they're talking about?
Right.
It could be one of two, right?
Yeah, very much so.
It could be Maddie and the other jackass.
One more time with that one, you cut out.
Isn't it Schreiger?
Jake Schreiger is Maddie's boyfriend, yeah.
Jake, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, and then this is the other guy here. This is Mason Bangman. This is who Xana was dating before Ethan, from my understanding. Oh, and surprise. March 8th of 25, he was booked and charged with possession of controlled substances. Jesus. He doesn't look very happy. But anyway, that's him, for anybody that was curious.
So if they're not talking about Maddie and Jake.
Well, that's the thing, though. There was rumor that Maddie and Connor were having kind of a thing from time to time. Jake wasn't always there. I don't know. You know what I mean? Yeah. He dated Peter too, Leah.
Dog Mom, KB2, I think, said it.
Say that one more time, Dog Mom.
It could be Dylan and Quinn. The other lot, because it's redacted, it's hard for us to know. So it could be one of two I mentioned, and that was the other one I had in mind, Dylan and Quinn.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there was just a few people kind of making rounds. Looks like somebody busted him in the face. Got a bloody nose. Huh. This is, No. This is Xana's ex, Mason Bangman. She also dated Pete, though, for a period of time. I don't want anybody to get confused, but these are young kids, so you know how they go through relationships. So, anyway. Moving on. We're almost done with this one anyway. The Dealt. It can be heard. Welcome. If it's not redacted, hold on.
I think like they kind of had like feelings for each other, but there was no like official label or anything on it. They were just kind of like hanging out.
Okay. And do you know, would she usually spend the night at their place, or did people come over to her house because they like this? Sorry, what's his name? A fraternity or what?
Yeah, he's in a fraternity. Yeah.
Okay. So, is he in a house or is he off campus?
No, he lives in the house.
Okay. So, does he come over to? Do you know if he would come over to her place more often because she's off campus, has her own?
Yeah, he would typically go over to her house.
Okay. Kaylee. Do you know anything about her relationship? I don't know how. I know you talked.
No, yeah, no, not really. Because I didn't meet Kaylee until the beginning of this school year when she was living with all of them. Because like last year I didn't go to their house a bunch because it was like older girls and I wasn't really friends with them. But then after like Dylan and Xana moved in this year, like I started being there way more, and that's kind of how I met Kaylee. But I don't really know much about like her relationship with anyone.
And same with Maddie, or you do know Maddie better?
Maybe just a little bit more. Like I've been around Maddie more, I think, like especially like last year, like we'd always be at the same place and stuff. And like I've met her boyfriend Jay before. And I saw him this school year when he came up to visit on like homecoming or like alumni weekend.
I think that was.
Did either one of them, Kaylee or Maddie, did you hear from like anything about Kaylee or Maddie like having a side piece or kind of doing their own thing, or like was any of that gossip like relayed to you, or did it ever happen?
No, and I don't like, even if something like that like did happen, I don't think. Oh, actually, no, I did hear that last spring break. Maddie kissed a boy on their like Mexico trip.
Okay. How'd that, I guess, let's talk about that.
So it was that told me, this was like last year though when it happened, that Maddie kissed a guy named on that spring break trip, but I don't know if like Jay found out about it or not, but did
that lead to some drama?
Not that I know of. Like I didn't hear anything after that. She just told me that like, oh, like I heard that like Maddie kissed this guy like on their spring break trip in Mexico.
Who went on the spring break trip? Like, is that a whole sorority that went, or like a group of like 30 people, 10 people?
I think it was like a bigger group and like people from like different like fraternities and sororities like on our campus. I do know Beth was on that Mexico trip though. But and then like was the one that she kissed, but I can't like exactly remember who was all on that trip.
How does he fit into knowing them? Is he in a sorority or fraternity?
He used to he's in the house, which is where Jim was in before he graduated.
Okay. Do you know him?
I like been around him a couple times last year, like at a party or something, but I never really like had like conversations with him. It was more like a hey, and like give each other a hug kind of thing.
Okay.
Were they? So is Connor and Jim like friends?
Yeah, Connor was the one, from my understanding. Everything I've seen and heard was Connor was the one that was messing around with Maddie from time to time. That's how I understood it. So
I would think so. I'm not exactly sure because I mean they were in the same fraternity together, but I don't know like if
Well, you're assuming that they that he knows them through him. So I mean, obviously there must be some sort of friends or something.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
But you're not really. I'm sorry. I'm just.
No.
I'm
Yeah. Like I guess.
loud,
Yeah. I'm not like 100% sure, but.
Understand. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was that like a one-time thing, or did he kind of like keep trying to come back or come around the house or communicate, or would you even know?
I wouldn't know. I just heard that one thing, and then I never heard anything else after that. So.
Okay. What about Kaylee? I know she'd recently broken up. Was there, I guess, were you made aware of any, or did anyone tell you about her ever cheating on her boyfriend, or her going through a phase or doing her own thing for a little while?
No.
Okay. Did you know who she was? Didn't she start dating after she broke up with her ex?
Like dating a new guy?
Yeah. Or wasn't she hanging out with somebody? Was she? I shouldn't ask. Wasn't she? Was she? Do you know if she was?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Or I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I wasn't very close with Kaylee, and like usually when I was over there, like there was multiple people there, so like I don't know if she was like specifically hanging out with one person.
Yeah. It's interesting, or it was, I guess, coincidental, because I was actually going to ask you about if something happened over Parents' Weekend that might have happened with your mom in the trailer. Like, did you hear about anything like somebody getting rowdy and like getting asked to leave?
Oh yeah. Yeah, there was a guy, I mean, he's my friend, but he was like really drunk, and he was like kind of like saying stuff to like some of the other parents in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And then he went up to one of the moms and like not really like hit her hard, but like with an empty plastic water bottle, and kind of like hit her on the top of the head.
Okay.
And then he was asked, like my mom like asked him to like.
And this was a student?
Yes.
Okay.
Who was that?
It's
Must be the Ethan dude that was in the Banfield. That was the other Ethan guy, not Ethan Chapin. I can't think of his last name.
And was that like add a character for him, or like just?
I mean, he's usually kind of like an asshole, especially like when he's drunk. And like I know he's like gotten like kind of like physically like rowdy before. So I wouldn't say it's like out of the ordinary.
And were you there? Like you watched this happen or whatnot? Or
I watched him hit the mom in the head with the water bottle, but then I heard from like other people that like he was like kind of like saying like comments or something to the parents. But then like I was there, like I was watching like when my mom like asked him to leave, and like he got out of the trailer and.
Okay, give us 1 sec.
Okay.
you want a bottle of water or soda or anything? Yeah, let me see if I can track one down for you.
Now they got to go confer.
Right. This is interesting. I wonder what they're talking about.
Agreed. Okay, so she said this, and this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this and twist it, and we're gonna take what whatchamacallit said and twist that, and put these two things together, and that'll make our narrative. You got it? Stay on track. Gotcha. Okay. Good Lord. Yeah, Ethan McKnight was the name of one of the Banfield guys. It was talked about before that he has kind of an aggressive personality if he's been drinking. So, and it's also something that's been talked about more than once, that the night of the Parents' Weekend, that he not only was he saying things to parents, but he was like, or not like acting like what she just explained, but he was also saying things that were way out of line, I guess. So, it's interesting. What time do we got in here? Okay, we got some time, and so we're gonna go through some more of the other part of her interview, and then I'm gonna see if I can get through how much of it I can get through, and then we'll move forward. If I don't finish it today, we'll do it tomorrow. Either way, I had these backwards, by the way. So we listened to the second one first. I'm sorry, you guys, and now we're gonna listen to the first one. So if we have to, we can flip flop some things, but I don't think we'll need to. My apologies. I had them backwards. I don't know why.
So they went out of the room to confer, but that concluded the interview pretty much?
Yeah, that was the end of it. So, and it's interesting that they did that, you know? Okay, this is what she told us. Excuse us for a few minutes. Like they had to go get things straight or something. I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, but this is the first one she did. So remember that this came first, and then the other one came secondary.
That they were around that night or could have been around that, trying to talk to everybody that they were around that night or could have been around that night, and just kind of get our timeline and all of our all of our facts together. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
so this could take like I don't know, half hour, 45 minutes, maybe. Like it's not unlikely. Is that okay?
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine.
Okay. Hey, so
And this is the one that was on the phone, I believe, first. November 19th. It's right there on screen. So,
also I've got another detective here with me. His name is Andy, and we'll just kind of start with, I guess, how did you know everybody in the house? How long did you know them?
So I started school at U of I, and I met Maddie, Mogan, and Xana, and I became really close with Xana. And we were really good friends all throughout last year. Me and Maddie Mogan were like friends, but not super close.
And real quick, I'm sorry to interrupt. You met.
Yes.
And what is that? Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I was really good friends with Xana all of last year, and then sometime during the fall semester, I met Ethan, and we all started getting closer and like hanging out more together. And then I didn't meet Kaylee until the beginning of this year, since they were living at that house with like Xana and.
Do you remember about what month that was?
It would have been like the middle of August.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's pretty much how I know the four of them.
Okay. What about
I also met them last year. We all at the same time, and I wasn't super close with either of them last year. Like we usually were at the same places, and so like we'd hang out then. And then beginning this year, I started getting really close with them.
With them meaning?
Yeah, I started getting closer with them starting this school year.
And that would have been August?
Yeah.
Okay. What brought you guys together a little bit closer?
And they just started asking me to come around more, and then I think it just kind of kept growing, and I was with them a lot this year.
Okay. Okay. Can you spell the last name for me, please? Okay.
I believe.
Okay. Also, if there's like an awkward pause or something, I'm trying to take notes, and sometimes I talk faster than I write. So if there's a little bit, of hang time, that's kind of where that is.
Okay.
So kind of from what I'm hearing, would it be fair to say that you're definitely closer with them than Maddie, Kaylee, and Xana?
Yeah.
Or I guess I should say, it sounds like you were pretty close with Xana too, but you're not as close with Maddie and Kaylee. Is that fair to assume?
Yes.
Okay. All right. How often would you go and hang out at 1122 King?
I would say I was at least there like once every weekend.
All right. And what kind of, I guess, just describe a typical, like when you go over there on a weekend, how would that usually go? Just describe what you guys would do and how that would transpire.
I would say like their house was kind of known as being like a party house. So usually I would just go over there. I usually get there before like other people would show up. And usually it just consisted of like playing games, like drinking was usually involved.
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, like usually it was just like a party there. There was only a few occasions where I'd go over and just like hang out and watch a movie with them.
Okay.
It was usually the party kind of scene.
And we both, Andy and I, completely recognize college days are pretty fun, and there's a lot going on there. When you say party house, I guess let's talk about those parties. Do they get pretty rowdy and pretty wild, or is it more about like just people are drinking, playing beer pong, and having a good time and chilling? I guess kind of what's the vibe there typically?
Yeah, I would say, it's more like playing like beer pong. There's usually like music going around in the background, and usually it's just people mingling with each other. It wasn't anything like crazy, like nothing out of the ordinary happened.
Like there's not like broken doors and windows and fights and that kind of thing?
No, nothing is ever broken. It was just kind of just everyone talking with each other and playing beer pong and like drinking related games.
And does this happen about once a week there, or how frequently is that place kind of the party house?
Yeah, I would say typically like one night a week, either Friday or Saturday.
And when that happens, how many people usually attend?
It's usually people we all know. I'd say like roughly around 30-ish people.
Okay. I guess let's talk about guests and stuff. When there's a party there, is it usually kind of the same crowd typically? I mean, I know a couple people come and go, but is it typically the same group of people there, the 20 or 30?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And as far as like the house goes, is it a pretty inclusive environment? Like if a rando wanted to show up and hang out there, would they be welcome, or would it be like, dude, we don't know you, we don't really want you hanging out here? How would that go?
Yeah, if it was a person that just kind of showed up randomly, they would typically be kicked out. Either like the girls that lived there would do it, or they'd ask a male friend to do it.
Okay. And can you recall, I guess since the start of this year, I guess, were you ever there when somebody showed up that wasn't welcome, or that got asked to leave, or was like, hey, you're not part of this crew, take a hike, bro? Or did something like that ever happen while you were there?
Not that I'm aware of when I was ever there. I haven't heard of that happening this year. This was more of like something that happened last year at a different residence, but.
Okay. And do you have any idea who those people might have been?
I can't say for sure who.
Okay.
So this is Andy. So to kind of just be a little more detailed than just random, is there anyone last year, this year, that kind of wanted to be part of the group that wasn't included for whatever reason? They just didn't fit in, but they kind of always wanted to hang around, but never were really included, or may have not felt included?
No, the only thing I could think of was like last year, like there was a house that's right next door to, like the one that we're talking about, and like Xana was one of the residents at that house last year, and typically like football or basketball players would come, and they were usually kicked out.
What was the reason for kicking them out?
Because none of us knew any of them, and they would just kind of show up, like they'd hear that there was a party there, and then they'd kind of show up and not be invited.
Okay. How did they act when they got kicked out? Were they okay with it, or were they kind of entitled because they were athletes, thinking they should be included, or anything like that?
From what I saw last year, they're pretty chill about it. They're just like, okay, we'll leave, kind of thing.
Okay.
And so you mentioned that was next door. Can you tell me what house that would have been? Or do you know the address?
I can't think of the address off the top of my head, but it's like it's like
Would you be able to at some point kind of go on Google Map and drop a pin and just text a picture to this phone number?
Yeah, I definitely could do that.
Okay.
So if you're looking at the front door of where it all happened at 1122 King,
Mm-hmm.
if you're looking at the front door, is that house on the right or the left or across the street?
It would be
These redactions drive me insane.
It's my understanding that Maddie and Kaylee lived upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Who's on the middle floor?
On the main floor is in Santa's room.
Okay, and then is the one in the basement?
Yes.
All right.
Was there anybody else in that? Because I think there's another room. Was anyone else in that room?
No, they used it as a spare room. Typically, like if someone needed to stay the night or like for whatever reason, like there's usually a bed in there that someone could just crash on, but no one lived in that room.
Okay.
Okay. Was dating anybody this year?
Yes. Has a boyfriend named.
Okay. Where does live?
Somewhere here in.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you're down there. Had you ever met?
I have not met. From what I know, he.
I'm pretty sure they're talking about Quinn right now.
Pretty sure, yeah.
Moscow, and I'm from, so I don't really make her come down to a lot. So
Sure.
Never had the opportunity to.
How long have they been dating?
I wanted. I think, if I remember right.
Okay.
Did you ever go down to visit? Well, let me back up. So never came out to Moscow to visit, right?
Not that I'm aware of. He might have when me and weren't super close, but I wouldn't have known.
Uh-huh. And then did you ever go down there to visit him?
Typically just on like school breaks, when people would go home.
Yeah. Okay. How would you describe like how did they talk about, were things good with them? Did they have a good relationship? What do you know, all the girl talk and whatnot? I mean, what was your take on that?
They're redacting it immediately.
Okay.
I think that's typical. Did like, so obviously she's dating him, but did she like bring guys home? Was she like having relationships with other guys while school was going on? Since obviously they didn't travel to see each other very often. I know it's kind of uncomfortable to talk about, but was there other guys she was with?
No. I've never heard her talk about any other guy or seen her with another guy.
Okay.
Knowing her, she's very like loyal.
Okay. Was there any guys, not just her, but I know a couple other girls have boyfriends that are a long ways away. Is there any guys that you can remember trying to get with those girls that they would reject to be like, hey, I got a boyfriend or whatever? And it may appear that they were fine with it and not a huge deal, but just that you can remember them talking about like, oh, so-and-so was asked me on a date or something and I had to tell them no. Anything like that with any of those girls?
No, I never heard anything about a guy like trying to get with them or like go on a date or anything with any of those girls.
Okay.
What about does she have a boyfriend?
She does not have a boyfriend.
I was G-Bean for 17 years. More redaction.
Yeah, I think the last question was someone regarding someone that doesn't have a boyfriend. So who
Yeah.
would that be? That could be Bethany.
Bethany, yeah. That would be my guess. These redactions kill me, guys. This one's nuts.
Shift gears.
Jesus. And Bethany did have a boyfriend. I remember seeing, I can't remember his name. They weren't serious.
I guess let's kind of shift gears just a little bit. I know Ethan had an apartment kind of close by. How often would he stay the night with Xana?
I'm pretty sure he stayed with Xana almost every night.
Like he kind of had an apartment for his clothes and stuff, and where his parents sent his mail, and then he pretty much lived with Xana.
Yeah, because his apartment is a little farther away, and I knew he didn't have Wi-Fi or anything, so he's pretty much always at Xana's house. Every time I was there, he always stayed the night.
How were things between them?
Good. Yeah, I didn't see either one of them on Saturday, but I was with them Friday, and they just looked like they were having a great time. I could tell they really loved each other. And
yeah. Okay.
How did the other girls feel about him staying there all the time? Did they all get along, or was it kind of like, oh, you're freeloading in our house because you're here with Xana? Was there any kind of rift because he was staying there all the time?
Not that I'm aware of. I know he would sit and watch movies with them. He would just hang out and talk with them. And I think they were all good friends with Ethan, and I don't think they ever would have seen him as a burden or something.
And did he kind of help all of them out if they needed help? What kind of guy is he?
Yeah, he would help them with anything if they needed it. He's really good at talking to people, giving advice and stuff. He's given me good advice before. And I know he's helped Xana cook and stuff, and clean up the place after a party or something. And
but to most people,
Oh, sorry. I don't know what just happened.
They needed it.
Sorry. What does that mean, Moonflower? 17.12? I don't know what you mean, dear. I'm sorry.
He's really good at talking to people, giving advice and stuff. He's given me.
Can you still hear that, Eddie?
Yes.
Good advice before. And I know he's helped Xana cook and stuff, and clean up the place after a party or something. And
Okay. How about Maddie and Kaylee? Or I guess let's start with Maddie. How was her relationship going?
With her boyfriend?
Yeah. Or did you know her boyfriend?
I had only met him a couple times. The last time that I saw him was on homecoming weekend. It was, I believe, the very beginning of October. I know he came up, and I said hi to him then, but I didn't really know him super well. I also never really knew Maddie like on like a deeper level. It was
Sure.
just kind of like a friendship thing. Be like, you know, we would talk, but like not get like into anything like with relationships or.
Yeah. Had you met Kaylee's boyfriend?
I have not. I really I met Kaylee at the beginning of this year around like August. But a lot of the times I was there, she usually either wasn't home or she was just upstairs in her room.
Okay. So let's kind of go back towards that night on Saturday. Just kind of walk me through your plans to go over there and hang out and kind of how that went down.
Yeah. So, basically I was at another house party, a little bit kind of like opposite from where, they lived. And, so I was there with some other friends and then, came over there to the house where I was, and we hung out there for a little bit. And then one of our guy friends called us a sober ride to go back to her house because we were kind of like hungry and getting tired.
Okay. So before excuse me, before we go too much further, do you know what address that house party was at that you were?
I don't know the address, but I could definitely like drop a pin of where it is.
If I'm kind of like before, if I'm looking at the front door of the 1122 King, where's that party? Where's that house that you're talking about in relationship to that front door?
It would be
like past the apartments or directly next to it?
No, like past the apartments. It's on a different street.
Okay, so I guess how long would it take you to walk from 1122 King to that party house?
Walking probably between 10 to 12 minutes.
Okay, so it's a little bit a ways away.
Yeah.
Okay. And can you just, I guess, as much as you remember, can you tell me who you were there with at the house party that you remember?
Yes. So, do you want last names too?
Yeah, if you got them, that'd be great. And okay. I get this is a lot to kind of like spout out. Just we're just trying to be detail oriented and stuff. So as much as you can remember, we'll go for it.
Okay, so it wasn't a very big party, but the people that I do remember, one of the girls that lived there, her name's
was she kind of the hostess of the party that night or threw it?
Yes, she's the one that invited me and a couple other friends over. It was kind of like a small thing. It wasn't like a huge party.
Okay. All right, got her name. And
okay. And
okay.
A female?
As a male.
Male. Okay.
Okay.
And then
can you spell?
Yeah, it's C.
Okay. Anyone else?
And then eventually,
By the way, we do have t-shirts in the store for sale, just so you guys know.
Came over and met us.
Do you remember when out there?
I might have a text from her saying like when she was heading over. I can check really quick.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because I was texting her before she came. That bedroom is all yours. Okay, thank you. Okay,
Wow.
maybe it might have been on Snapchat, and that deletes
Okay.
our messages, so I'm not sure.
Okay. Do you know where Xana and Ethan were about that point in time?
I believe they were still at this fraternity.
Okay. So so your Kennedy and then out there, was there anybody else that you can't remember, or was that pretty much it?
There was a couple other people, but I don't remember because that was my first time ever meeting them.
Okay. And are all these people at this house party, are they also students?
Yes.
Are they all about the same like year, or was it kind of a mix of like freshmen to seniors and whatnot?
From what I remember, I don't remember any freshmen being there. So I think it was more like sophomores and juniors.
Okay. All right.
Did you take any photos at that party?
I actually have some things. I just have a couple of videos. And then I also took a video like shortly after I left that house and went to King Road.
Okay. We'll talk a little bit more about that. That's great. That's helpful when we have stuff like that for sure. Who all went from the house there to 1122 King? Just you and
Yes, from what I remember, yes.
Okay. And who gave you a ride there?
I don't remember his name, but he was a freshman in a fraternity, and he was their sobro. So basically, he was like sober the entire night, so he could give like.
David Barracoa, I think, was the one running that night. I'll have to look back into that in my notes, but yeah.
Friends and people rides home.
Okay. What kind of car was it?
I don't remember.
Okay. And what time did you get to 1122 King?
So the timestamp of the last video I took at the other house was 11:54, and I was at King Road. The first thing I have at King Road was at 12:43 a.m.
And was that like off of a picture, a video, or a text, or what?
These are off videos that I have in my camera roll.
Okay. And when you got to 1122 King, who was all home at the time?
Not anyone that I remember. I can't remember if he was already home or if she came home right after us.
Okay, so so I have this right, if wasn't home when you guys got there, she showed up like right afterwards?
Yes, because when we first got to King Road, to that house, I went straight into the bathroom on the main floor.
All right.
And then I'm pretty sure came home right after we got there, but I can't be positive.
Was there anybody else home at the time?
I don't think so. If they were in their rooms. I was on the main floor the entire time I was there.
Okay, and I guess what I'm asking is if you saw or if you knew anybody else was there. And I understand that like we're kind of thinking back. So if you don't remember something, it's totally fine. Just be like, I can't remember what. And you're doing great. Just throwing that out there. It's totally fine to not remember something because you don't know what you don't know, right? So. Yeah. So you guys got there around 12:43 in the morning there, or close to it at least. What'd you guys do?
So I went to the bathroom first thing when I got there, and then afterwards we went into the kitchen and started making popcorn. I was sitting on the ground playing with Murphy while I was making popcorn. And then after the popcorn was done, we went into the living room and started watching The Vampire Diaries. And that's all we did the entire time I was there.
Okay. Were you guys all pretty engaged? Like, were you watching Vampire Diaries? Was it like kind of chat while you're doing it? Were you guys all like playing on your phones, or just kind of just to kind of go over that with me?
I mean, I think we were like, I was like texting people a little bit while watching the movie. We weren't really talking. It would just be like something small. And I took a few pictures while we were on the couch. Like, I took some videos of the Vampire Diaries, like zooming in on a certain scene. And then I have a couple selfies with on the couch.
Okay. I kind of jumped over something I wanted to talk about. When you guys got to the home, just so I'm clear here, and I know I'm kind of beating a dead horse, but when you guys got to 1122 King, to your knowledge, there was nobody inside.
Yes.
Okay. What door did you guys go through to get in the house?
The one with the keypad.
All right. And did you know the key code?
I did know it. Yes.
All right. When you guys went into the house, is it typical for you guys to shut the door behind you when you go inside?
Yes.
And when you guys are home, hey, I know it's not your home, of course, but like when you're all there hanging out and whatnot, do you guys typically keep the doors locked?
Good God, he's doing it now too, you guys. I just caught that.
Are you pretty secure, or is it kind of like, hey, this is a no? Like, a lot of people kind of come and go, and it's open to come over here, have a few beers, or make a drink or something. Or what's kind of the vibe when you're there?
Yeah. So I know there is a few people that do have the door code. And with the sliding door, like every time I've been over, it's been unlocked.
So the slider's typically unlocked, and the front door it locks behind you, right? A door like that?
Yes, it locks behind you.
Okay. Do you know who all has the front key code?
I'm not sure who all has it. Xana gave it to me a couple weeks ago, just so I could let myself in, but I don't know who all has it.
Okay. And how long were you there watching movies? About what time did you leave?
So the last photo that I took there, the timestamp was 1:33 a.m. and then I have a picture of me at where I live at 2:19 a.m.
When you left there and went to when you left 1122 King, where'd you go from there?
I walked to
and that's your sorority?
Yes, and I live inside the sorority.
Okay, so that's
yeah.
And you went there on foot?
Yes.
How long does it take you to walk from the King Road address to your sorority?
Roughly about like 15 minutes.
Okay. And so just kind of going off these timestamps and doing some rudimentary mathematics here, that picture of you back at your sororities at 2:19 in the morning, it takes about 15 minutes. So would you think you might have left around 2 from King?
Yes.
Okay. And I know we're not like trying to get it down to I'm just trying to get as close as we can kind of figure out to that. And yeah. Okay. And so the whole time you were there, did anybody else arrive home, or were you aware of anybody else in the house?
No, I wasn't aware of anyone else being home.
Okay. Whose dog is Murphy?
That would be Kaylee's dog.
So Murph seems kind of like a friendly pup. Is he pretty used to a lot of people coming over, and how is he with strangers?
Yeah, he's pretty he's a really sweet dog. I've never really heard him like bark or anything before, and typically when there's a lot of people over, he's usually put away, I'm assuming in Kaylee's room, but okay. He's not usually running around.
Okay. When you guys got home, Did anybody let Murphy out and like let him back in?
I'm pretty sure went and got him out of Kaylee's room. But again, I'm not 100% for sure. When I came out of the bathroom, Murphy was already in the kitchen.
Okay. Does everybody kind of share responsibility for letting Murphy out if Kaylee's not there?
I think so. I think Kaylee usually, like, if she knew someone was home, would probably like reach out and be like, "Hey, like, could you maybe let Murphy out?"
Okay. Let's see here. And you,
How did you feel about the dog? Did everyone in the house like the dog?
Yes, he's one of the sweetest dogs ever, and he like didn't bite. He had a lot of energy. So, like, sometimes he'd get kind of jumpy, and then, like, the girls would just be like, Murphy, like, no, stay down. But other than that, like, no, they all really, really liked the dog.
and so when I know you guys were watching the movies and kind of hanging out and whatnot, what was your conversation like? What did you guys talk about typically at the house that night?
Kind of just what, like, we did during the day. Like, I wasn't with either one of them for a very long time. Or like I was with other people the entire day, so I was kind of just like telling them like something funny that happened. And I think that was kind of the same for them. They would just say something funny that like happened or they saw or heard.
Sure.
I don't remember any specifics.
Okay. And when you left, how did you leave through the slider or through that front door?
I went through the front door.
All right. And when you left and walked back to your sorority, did you see anybody outside on the road or anywhere? Did you see anybody when you walked home?
I didn't see anybody. A couple cars drove by, but I didn't really pay much attention. But I didn't see anyone like walking or anything. It was pretty quiet walk home.
Do you remember what kind of cars you might have seen?
No.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I know it's kind of, you're not really trying to pay attention to that when you're walking home.
When people came and go from the house, it sounds like it's pretty typical they use the front door, but did people come through the back slider, like walk up around the house just to come in the slider?
Yeah, some people have before.
Okay.
Let's see here. Give me 1 second. What else, dude? Phone numbers for these girls if they can get it, but I want all those pictures and videos.
Yeah, how do you want them sent to you?
She can just text them to me.
I would say see if she can just send those contact infos to you then.
Yeah.
And then the pictures.
Okay. Is there anything else about that night that I haven't asked about or that you think I should know or might need to be aware of?
Not that I can think of. I mean, that's pretty much everything that happened that night. Yeah, I can't think of anything else that would help.
Okay.
And then I know this sounds like an obvious question because you'd tell us if you knew, but if you had to think of someone you've seen around campus, someone that's been around, anything like that could do something like this or would do something like this, is there anyone like that you can think? And I understand you may not know their name, but just someone you may have seen in the last you've been going to school, or I guess you've been going to school here. Anybody like that come to mind?
No, I can't really think of anyone. And I've just been hearing so many things too about like people speculating. So I don't think I can't think of anyone that would be like involved with this.
Okay.
Did you ever hear from any of the girls that lived there? Did you ever hear them talk about kind of a creepy guy, someone who made them feel uncomfortable, or anyone who they felt was kind of like the stalker type or anything like that?
I didn't hear any of them talk about anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. As of right now, that's kind of the conversation that we needed to have with you.
Okay.
It is absolutely possible because of how close you were to these people and you were there that night. We might have some follow-up questions for you once I kind of give all this information to our other detectives and stuff, and we talk about it. So somebody will probably be reaching out to you again, and like, hey, let's talk about this a little bit more. Or, hey, do you remember this? That kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? I know it's not easy to talk about all this. The more we know and the more we can learn, the better chance we have of bringing this to an end. You know. What I'm going to ask: do you have an iPhone?
Yeah, I have an iPhone.
Okay, perfect. Can you send me the contact cards you have for and
yes.
If you have their numbers at least.
Okay, yeah, some of them I just have on like social media.
Okay.
But I can send you the ones that I do have.
Yeah, that'd be great. Can you do that right now?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. And it's just to this number?
Yep, just this number.
Okay.
And then, do you have anything for social media or number or anything?
I just have him on social media.
Can you just send like a screenshot of like his little homepage with his name and whatever?
Yeah, I can do that.
And then those pins for those houses.
Okay, yeah, I can do that. Okay, I'm typing in your number right now.
Okay. This is it's my work cell, so like if anything comes up or if you remember anything, like you can text or call this at any point. If I don't answer, I return calls as fast as I can, especially in this instance. So yeah, this is you can 24/7 if something comes up, you can contact this.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, so it looks like the only phone number I have is.
Okay, that's fine. You said they're all students.
Do you want the social media that she has? Just so we have that.
We can get it through sorority.
I can send you all their social medias if you want.
Yeah, that would actually be great because then I can try to get in touch with people in a lot of different capacities. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
Hey, thanks, Cruddy. Yeah, I definitely feel dumber now. So sorry for this. It's almost over.
Okay, I just sent the last social media.
Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So the last thing I'm going to ask you to do is, can you send me like literally every picture or video that you took the entire night, like starting from the party house? And I understand a lot of these are probably going to be like goofy pictures and everything. Mm-hmm. Totally fine. You'd be amazed what kind of things can help us from gathering data like that. Especially the ones that were at 1122 King. Okay. So that's the last thing that I'm going to ask you to do. Okay. If it's of like a very personal or private nature, and that's not exactly what I'm going for here. It's mostly like you and your activities. You know what I mean?
Yes. Okay.
And understand, we're not concerned with people being in trouble for anything else, because we understand there's going to be underage kids and other activity. We need to see some of all those things to put the bigger picture together.
Yeah, I meant whenever I meant to start the conversation. That actually, I'm glad he brought that up, because we fully expect that there's going to be, like, I don't know, people under 21 drinking or like weed. We literally don't care. What we're investigating obviously is that's just not what we're not worried about that at all. So please don't let that stop you or anyone else from, like, getting to something that we can use.
Okay. Okay, I'm sending the photos right now. So they should show up here in a second.
Okay. Are you sending them in a group or like in a like 3 or more?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, they said they're delivered.
Okay, it's downloading some of them. Just let me verify I got all these. Actually, I know it might be kind of a pain. Would you mind sending them individually, just in case?
Yeah.
In case the iCloud link kind of gets corrupted or whatever? I have the individual picture that I can just save right off my phone. Could you just do that?
Yes, I can do that. Really.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, it might just take me a second, but
yeah, totally fine.
okay, I just sent all of them.
Okay, I think I got them all. There's a couple last things that I remember that I want to talk to you about. After you left around 2:00 or whenever it was on that Saturday morning, or Sunday morning, I'm sorry, early Sunday morning, after you left, how long was it before you heard from either or again?
It was after we got the vandal alert, because I was trying to get a hold of everyone to see if everyone was okay. So that was that was the only time I contacted them after I left the house.
Okay, so, and was it them texting you or was it you texting them?
I tried calling them and they didn't answer, so I texted a group chat that my sorority uses, and replied in the group chat saying that her.
Okay.
Like, I didn't hear necessarily straight from them.
Okay. And then did you at any point on Saturday night, did you text, call, FaceTime, Snap, whatever, anybody else that would have been at that house?
No.
Okay.
For the houses.
All right. I think for real this time that's all I have to ask about. Just please remember to drop us those pins of those two houses. And is there, I always ask this before I go, or I always say this before I let someone go. A lot of times we call people and and pretty quick, like, oh yeah, I was waiting for you to call me. I think I have some stuff that might be helpful, like we're trying to get a hold of a lot of people, but if you know anybody or if you've heard anybody say, yeah, I'm waiting for the police to call because I think I have something they could use, please reach out to them and have them call the tip line or my number or Moscow police or literally anything, because we're working through a pretty large amount of people to talk to and stuff, and we know there's stuff out there that people have to say. But if they can kind of reach out and kind of direct us to who we need to talk to first, that is really, really helpful.
I believe Krillo said she was wondering if you guys were going to call her or something, so I can let her know.
Okay. Yeah. If you have her on social media too, if you could either give her my number or get her phone number, give it to me and I can call her, and we can get put in touch that way. That'd be really helpful. So if there's nothing else, well, is there anything else you think I should know about anything we talked about or even not?
I can't think of anything right now, but if something comes to mind, I'll definitely give you a call.
Okay.
But right now, I don't think I have anything else I can think of.
Okay. Thank you very much for talking to us. We'll probably reach out to you again at some point, and we're working as hard as we can.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yep. We'll be in touch.
Okay.
Wow, my brain hurts now.
Dago,
God.
Is it true that
insane.
Joe Vito never was interviewed?
Not by law enforcement, I don't believe. He put out a couple TikTok things on his own and talked about stuff, but I don't think he ever was interviewed by law enforcement. It's weird.
Right. In one of those TikToks, he said he was like beating their door down. He like insisted on being interviewed.
Yeah, they weren't interested in him.
Was that on the 16th that he went? It was the same day as the first press conference.
I think so, yeah.
That he went there to the police station.
That was one of them, yeah. And then he did some other stuff, like on TikTok and so on and so forth. But they didn't even want him. He forced himself on it and like shoved himself down their throats on it. So yeah, pretty wild, isn't it?
Yeah, because he parted with Lakeland there. If anybody that you know of that has something that needs, if they feel like they need to say something to us, refer them to us. Here's my number. They're welcome to call at any time. We need that information.
Yeah, he had to go to them. It's kind of sad. Typical, but sad. I definitely feel like I've lost some cells too. I agree with you. The whole thing was ridiculous. I've never heard that many ums in my life, but hey. And that's an English teacher. She's an English teacher now. Gotta love it. That's our future, folks. And there wasn't really much of anything in that interview that I grabbed or heard that I thought was of any interest, truly.
No.
Maybe a couple little nuggets, tiny little things, but nothing of like any solid evidence of supported evidence or anything like that at all. So
it was interesting to me. He mentioned towards the end about if she has any knowledge of anyone on campus fitting the description as a creepy guy.
Yeah.
A creepster. So that's funny on the 19th of November that is already a thing. That's like part of the narrative.
Agreed. Very much so.
When all their evidence up to that point shows multiple perpetrators, cleanup, etc.
Yes, 6 days later, and here we are with that already. That's kind of a shame, and it shows where this was going at an early point. Very early. Even earlier, there was other stuff. And there's more of these coming. Yeah, way earlier. So, any other thoughts, Eddie, on this?
That's
feeling,
about
opinion?
it.
I think that's going to kill it for today, guys. We went over by about 40 minutes than what I wanted to. My apologies. But I wanted to get this one in to make sure we had this under our belt on my channel, at least. I know you guys have already had it. And I'm really grateful you guys put up with watching these more than once. A lot of people wouldn't do it. So thank you for that. There was really nothing out of these her 2 interviews of any substance to me at all. Now I'm doing it. Jesus. But there's more to come that we're going to be breaking down. I'm trying to hold on to them all, make sure that we get everything. That way, if there is something in another one, that there might be one in something in this interview that would work out of another interview that would, kind of bounce off each other. So that's going to do it, though.
Last question.
Yes, sir.
Are you having your music evening tonight?
I'm waiting on my wife to get home to let me know what her plans are, and then if you guys see me go up, you'll know it's happening.
Great.
She's the final say, and I will be. I know I wanted to get to the Leah's theory on this. I just didn't have the time today because of this. I didn't know this was going to be this long, but I will get into it tomorrow for sure. We'll discuss Leah's theory tomorrow, for sure. My apologies.
I kind of lied. It's not the last question. If you're having it tonight,
yeah,
are you taking any requests?
Of course I will. Of course I will.
I won't let you down. It'll be a surprise.
No worries. No
worries.
No
one can predict it.
I don't doubt that, sir. I don't doubt that. It should be interesting for sure. If I can definitely do it. And if I can't do it tonight, what is today? Tuesday. Well, if I can't, if she's got something for me to do big tonight, I probably will be able to do it tomorrow at the latest, but I'm looking at tonight, so we'll see.
Right.
We'll see.
Well, thanks again, Dago, for having me up. I'll say goodbye to everybody now. Goodbye, everybody.
All right, Eddie. Thank you, brother, as always. Thank you very much. And I appreciate all of you guys for being here, as always. Again, like I said, my apologies for not being able to jump into Miss Leah's theory. We will definitely get it tomorrow. I just have a timetable of things I have to do in my own life here, so my apologies. It is definitely interesting for sure. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for the support you give the channel. As always, very much appreciated. Thank you to my my moderators for taking time out of their days. Very much appreciated as always. And with that said, I will see you guys very soon. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye-bye. Have a great one, folks.
The coffee's cold, the final stain. We laid the map out in the pouring rain. No hidden corners left to creep. The dark truth woke while the city was asleep. The evidence lines up straight and true. A perfect picture of what they chose to do. The quiet street erupts in flashing light. A reckoning delivered in the night. SWAT serves the warrant, loud and clear. The sound of justice, the only thing we hear. TruCrime Cafe, we watch the suspect finally pay. The dark truth is backed and signed and sealed. The wound is closed, the name is finally healed. It's finally healed. Cafe's empty, closed for the night. We put the darkness back into the light. We'll wipe the counter, set the empty chair, and wait right here for the next secret laid bare. Until the next one.